We gotta do our usual thing without saying what that usual thing is.
What, making
What,
sure that
fuck
we're
up for
active?
25 minutes?
Yeah, we gotta eat cheese for 5 minutes.
Delicious.
Hell yeah.
Cheese!
Right, we're good at things here.
Just can I ask, are we
Okay.
live?
We are.
I think so.
Yes, we are. We are live. Hello, everyone.
Hey!
It's your off-brand granola.
Welcome to our last arc tactics analog one shot.
Woo!
Oh,
as
yeah.
you can see, we are down a few players today, but that's fine. We'll still make the best show we possibly can for all of you. To any new viewers, hello.
Hi.
And the backup guy.
Yeah, we
Very
got this
much
guy
backup
here
guy.
for backup. Anyway, so yeah, this is a little exciting, honestly. Hello to the developers of Last Ark, if you're watching right now. You know, the nerves just got to me right now as to what we're actually doing.
Yeah.
Well, we're playing a video. We're playing a board game, a special tabletop
yeah,
game.
You're making a world, Eric, and we're gonna arrive at it with some pinata sticks and beat on it for a
Yes.
while and see how well it breaks.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah, I guess without further ado, let's just go ahead and get into it. Why not? So, welcome to Mount Elren, a titan of a natural structure that seems to stretch up like a massive hand towards the sky, and home to the town of Vimecrest. Famous for its beautiful architecture, thriving community, and most of all, its annual competition, the Trial of Roic, where the mightiest warriors and hunters come together to prove themselves against the dangers of both the mountain and valley alike. You all, having traveled for some time together, find yourself ascending the path towards Vinecrest. Around you, several other individuals speak in boisterous shouts and hushed whispers, eager to reach their destination. And we should take this moment to go ahead and have everybody introduce their characters.
All right. Yeah. Sure. As my thing is busted. Don't worry about it
Who
though.
would like to go first?
I'm fixing things on my end, just so if anyone else wants to.
Chris, how about we go ahead? Chris, how about we start with you?
No one is brave. Chris is brave.
My name is Dingo, and I like to touch things. My voice is really annoying, so the other goblins got pissed off and kicked me out. Anyone want some granola?
I mean,
Would you like to describe how you look at all?
I'm a shaven-headed little goblin lady with really ragtag clothes, and I'm kind of dirty. I don't smell that bad, but yeah.
All right, Sous Chef, if you'd like to introduce your character next.
Absolutely. So, I go by Scobie. I'm a traveling alchemist and tutor, and I'm about 3 feet tall. I have braided black hair that just pull back, elaborate makeup, because that way you do not touch your face when you're doing alchemical anything, which is very important because you like your eyes to remain exactly as they are. I have a very elaborate headdress, crown sort of, with it's very much natural fiber looking. Some of them have been lacquered for preserving them. Loose clothing, trousers that are wide sleeved, and you can tell looking as she walks, she does have a leg brace that's very clever. You can just see the bottom of it, a sort of metal glint under the trouser bottoms as she walks. And she's generally reasonably optimistic and just very interested in seeing this wider world, traveling to a place she has not been but has read much about.
All right, Luke, if you'd like to introduce your character.
Howdy. Kabasvig Talgajutar, but most folks call me Falcon, as it's hard to pronounce. I'm an orc, as you can see. I'm kind of dark skinned. Don't mind the eye patch. I don't like to talk about it. As you can see, my chest is bare, but I do got these gauntlets. And a couple scars here and there, but nothing I don't think they can't handle.
All righty. And Jordan, if you'd like to go ahead and introduce your character.
Oh, it's my turn. Oh, cool. Hey, I'm Seer Hick. I'm a lizard man. Hi. I happen to look a lot like how some people would call like a dragon lizard, although it seems really weird because I'm more lizard than dragon. You know what I mean? I happen to have like this chainmail on my chest to make sure that I'm well protected. I also have this really big sword on my back. I think it's pretty neat. Anything distinctive? I don't know. I guess I'm just here for the party to enjoy myself. If you happen to have any alcohol or something like that, I'd really appreciate it.
All right. So around all of you, as you ascend the path towards Vimecrest, you can see that, as stated before, there are a number of individuals around you. There appears to be another lizardman here, shorter than Cyric, red and muddy brown scales that seem to have this slight sheen to them. You can see that they have a warhammer that is tightly in their grasp, and a makeshift set of brigandine armor that adorns their chest and legs. You can see what looks like a group of 3 people, all of them with the same sort of dark black hair and green eyes. 2 male, 1 female, and they seem to be in the middle of conversation. One of them, the smaller of the males, seems to kind of be a bit more standoffish than the ones around him. He interjects some conversation here and there, but it doesn't ever seem to lend to it himself. However, the female that you can see is boisterous, verbose, and really loud. So loud, in fact, that over the course of the past 5 minutes of travel, you've awkwardly been able to eavesdrop on their conversation.
I was gonna do that.
This is what happens when an opera singer goes out in public and doesn't realize. It happens sometimes.
Another one you can see who's traveling a little bit away from everybody else, who's currently deep in a book, appears to be a elven individual. He's wearing a very fine set of robes, and traveling next to him is this cloaked individual who has a bit of a limp in his walk, kind of staggers a bit here and there, but with a little help from the individual manages to right himself and continue walking. The last person you can see is an orc. He is much more casually dressed than everybody else, not really having any sort of armor adorning him. He does, however, on his back have what appears to be a traveling pack. And based on his appearance, you can tell he's probably coming back from some sort of trip or journey. As you guys ascend, is there anything you guys would like to do as you are... you guys are about 10 minutes outside of Vimecrest right now.
I would like to look for things that look interesting.
Okay. Roll me perception.
I'm good at that, I think. Oh, that's not as good at that as I thought that I was. Still a 12.
12? Okay. As you're kind of going along the trail for a moment, you're taking a second and taking in your surroundings. You look down. I mean, you found a shiny rock.
Hell yeah. Gimme.
Yeah, pick it up. It's a very beautifully glimmering rock that seems to sparkle against the sunlight that's beating down upon you all.
Does anyone pay attention as I take it?
Is anybody...
Are you being quiet about it, or?
Well, not them. I just anyone else.
Oh, let's see.
My understanding of surroundings is anything could belong to anyone at any time. Therefore, if it's free game, it's mine.
That seems
You notice that the elven individual does seem to kind of like throw a cursory glance in your direction before kind of returning to his book.
Okay. Shiny rock.
You found a shiny rock. Is there anything anyone else wants to do as you guys are making your approach to Vimecrest?
I'd
I
like
just want to just double check. I'm probably not carrying my own medical kit with me because I mostly don't need it, but it is a useful thing to have. I was just wondering, would either of Sair, Rick, or Falcon be willing to be the one who just has that on their person or with their equipment?
I mean, are you handing over the health kit?
The medical kit. Yeah, basically, just in case.
Well, I mean, I guess I could do it. I got all these like 4 health potions possibly in my bag. I could probably do more.
Yeah,
sure.
I just want to make sure that it's like with us, but even if it's not on me.
All right.
that
Yeah. I'll take that. Sure.
All right. Thank you.
While I take this though, very quickly, what are we here for again?
Are you asking me, DM, or are you asking the players?
I'm asking the players. They seem to
Oh.
know what they're doing.
Yeah.
Well, there is. My understanding is there's something of a competition every year. It might actually be even every few years. This is what happens when you're getting from books third hand, but this is apparently the year for it. And groups get together. I understand there's. I don't know if it's a local game or if it's more of an imported thing, but we, I guess, follow things and track them down. Not sure what we're supposed to do at the end. Not sure if it's even or just sort of a, if you can get this spray paint on it, then you're fine.
As
so-
you're
Look
as you're
forward to
saying this, the orc individual actually approaches all of you and gives you a quick
Hello.
well, hello.
Hey.
My apologies for overhearing. Is this your first time to the trials?
Oh, very much, yes. Well, mine. They know more.
If you're at all interested, I can give you some more information. Let me introduce myself. My name's Poor, by the way.
Oh, you're poor. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
No, it's just a name.
I know
actually,
what that's like.
I'm actually one of the captains of the guard here in Vimecrest.
Oh, then how come you're poor?
You know, it was just unfortunate naming, honestly.
Oh, that sucks, man. I feel for you.
Well,
I
if this
know what
is-
that's like, Kavasvik, but most normal folk can't pronounce it, so they just call me Falcon. I don't mind that none.
I can call you Kavasvik, or if you prefer Falcon, I can call you that.
Yeah, call me whatever you like.
Well, if this is your first time here, let me go over a few things with you. Number one, the trials are a ceremony in honor of one of the great hunters of our village, of our town, named Roic. He was one of the few. He was one of the few who single-handedly saved our town during one of our great plagues, where our livestock and cattle were falling ill. Every day, that man, at least from what the legends say, he would go out and he'd bring back bountiful feasts for the entire town, and we do this in honor of him. The trial itself is very simple. You will go out into either the valley or you'll ascend the mountains, and the goal is to bring back the largest creature you can, whether it be a beast or, mostly a beast. If you find anything more interesting, though.
Like, just
please.
for a thought experiment, like, so let's just say, for the sake of argument, someone wanted to bring me in. Like, would that count?
If you were dead, but I wouldn't recommend that.
Well, I mean, no, but I mean, just for the sake of argument, you know.
No, it does have to be preferably something that can't, preferably not one of you or any of the competitors. And to that point, killing each other is strictly off limits. This is purely for the sake of the hunt. This is not a bloodbath or a killing competition.
I know how the
At
hunt
least-
works. I mean, like, I did stuff like that back home, and even back then, like, some the good brothers and sisters, sometimes they'd get a little rowdy, and, you know, things happen. So, you know, just gauging stuff, you know?
Well,
Captain Paul, you'll remember that friendly fire isn't, and we're not going to do it. And I sort of walk over and like sort of one arm hug hit his leg and look up and like.
he kind of smiles for a moment. He reaches down. He
Oh,
reaches down and.
I to my party member, not to the captain of the guard.
Oh, I
My
thought
party-
you were going to try to hug the captain.
No, to my party member who was like asking these questions, implying that, well, I mean, accidents happen. Like you raised
Right.
up your accidental murder. So I'm just like, oh, sort of a suppressing hug, like let's not do this.
Natural
Yeah.
20.
The mayor will be going over everything else once we get into town, and once the actual competition starts. But when you get there, please take some time, relax, enjoy the festivities. There should be plenty of food and drink before the competition starts.
I have a
Nice, speaking
couple of
my language.
questions.
Oh, of course.
What does ceremony mean?
Oh, it's like a big gathering thing, if I remember right. It's like everyone
Okay,
gets
and
together. Yeah.
what exactly do you mean by relax?
It's a ritual or something. You know, it's a tradition, really. That's what it is.
All right, relaxing is a tradition. Got it.
Don't
It's
worry, I
very
can teach
important.
you.
I will walk away immediately,
Okay.
and you will watch the way that Dingo walks. She goes up, down, down.
I didn't know
She did
being relaxed is like a traditional thing. Like I think I'm fairly relaxed. Am I not supposed to be relaxed? Is that
No, I think you're already in the proper headspace for the festivities, friend.
Oh, okay, cool.
I don't think I got any of your name except for you, Falcon. What was your name, sir? And he'll hold his hand out to you, Sirik.
Sieric. Pleased to meet you there, Captain.
Pleasure.
Sorry about being the poor thing. Still, you know.
No, don't worry about it. It's a common thing that happens to me. It's very clear he's just trying to make it.
He also went to school with other people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He will go around, give firm handshakes to all of you.
I will stand up, kind of on tippy toes, and take his hand.
He'll like lean. He'll like kneel down, like go onto his knees to give you a handshake.
Oh, a gentleman. Thank you.
Of course. And it was nice meeting you too.
Yeah.
Scobie.
All right.
I think he was talking about the other one.
Yes.
Dingo. That one's.
My
Dingo.
name is Dingo, and I like bugs.
Yeah.
We're in a eclectic lot, but she's
This is what happens when your goal to
She's
make
mo-
a character is to be obnoxious as possible.
more than meets the eye.
As you're making your way back, Dingo, are you going to the back of the trail?
I was just walking ahead of everyone.
Oh, okay. So Dingo has taken off. You hear some chuckling coming from the group of three as they watch Dingo just plump off towards Vinecrest. Is anything else you guys want to do during this time?
Yeah, I'd like to kind of eye these individuals, see if they look familiar or suspicious.
Make a knowledge history check.
History. Oh.
I think that's how that works. I
11.
might be wrong. Feel free to correct me in the chat if I'm wrong.
There's something about perception, I believe, being used to sort of discern intentions as well.
Oh, okay.
Kind of
So let's use perception here then.
Perception? That is
I will
wisdom,
double
right?
check. Yes, I will double check that I'm not lying to you utterly.
It'll be a 15.
15. So looking about them and kind of taking a moment to really try to read them. The female of them, you can see her hair is long and is braided. Her green eyes seem to almost be this beautiful emerald green. She's much taller than either of her two male companions. You see that she is adorned in a set of chainmail, and at her side you can see a very beautifully crafted wand. She is smiling brightly, which to some would be off-putting, but it is a very, very joyous individual that you find yourself looking at. The other two, one of them, the shorter of the males, has medium-length black hair, green eyes, and you can see that across his face and his hand and parts of his arms and hands that are uncovered, there appears to be several small knife scars that go all over his body. He seems more nervous than anything else. Not suspicious nervous, but nervous about being in the area that he's in. He's definitely keeping more to himself, though he does respond when the female speaks to him. And the taller of the two, you can see he also has a similar long black hair. However, his is just let to be free in the wind. same green eyes. His arms are completely uncovered except for a set of armor that he's wearing. And you can see across his. I have to find it properly. You can see that there are similar knife scars going across his body, and one large upward slash scar that goes across his bicep. That looks really deep, like muscle damage kind of deep.
I'll make a note of that and then just keep on walking.
He seems to be much more engaged in conversation with the female than the shorter is.
Okay. Is it possible to sort of eavesdrop in on conversation as we go by?
Make a perception check.
Roll. Yeah, sometimes you just roll poorly. So that altogether is a 10.
A 10? Well, you can definitely hear her parts of the conversation.
Even though I'm not really like listening in, my passive perception is 16.
This would be an active listen.
All right, then. Then I'm not even gonna bother. I'm still in my own world right now.
All right. So as Scobie, as you're kind of like going along, you're like trying to listen. You're like really fixating in on the two males, like really trying to hear what they say. All of a sudden is cut off by, "Oh, don't worry, Leo. You're gonna do great. Come on now. You've always done great at these kinds of things." And your ear rings a little bit.
Oh, shake my hand.
And you see that the female has addressed the taller of the two males as Leo.
Okay. All right. So that works well.
As she has shouted this, you notice that Leo has kind of made himself look a little smaller and is kind of looking a little awkward in the scenario, as not just you, but some of the others around kind of look over at them. Let me see. I'm going to see something real quick. So this woman will come over, will get pretty close to you, Scobie. She'll say, "Hi."
Oh, hello there. It's so nice to meet you. I'm Scobie. Are you local?
No, I'm not. She shakes her hand. No, I'm Nia. Pleasure to meet you.
Pleasure of mine, I'm sure.
Will you also be participating in the trials?
That's certainly the idea. I'm not much of a hunter myself, but I can help other people. I've read a lot.
Oh, it's okay. The important thing is that you try, right? That's all that matters.
Exactly. We're honoring a legacy here. It's and the intention to honor is more important than necessarily bringing back a moose or something.
I say, and then I look up and down at my own self. Just
that's not happening with me, but I can try.
You all look interested. That one's a part of your group, yes?
Oh, yes.
And I'll sort of start pointing out, unless anyone like suppresses me, I'm just gonna like start pointing out.
Let's see. So, that excitable young lady over there, that's Dingo Jingles. And this good fellow is Rick.
Hey.
He's also very new to this place, so we're all just getting acquainted. And then there's Falcon is what he goes by mostly. That's where he is. Yes, we're a motley crew, but we've been together for a while. And the important thing is that we know the people you're with,
Well, as I said, my name's Nia. That tall one over there with the big scar on his arm, that's my brother Leo. And that's Aishin, my little brother. We're hoping to do our best here, and you definitely look. I will say, you guys definitely look formidable, and I really congratulate you. I really will congratulate you when you guys get second place. It's a great thing to.
Oh, absolutely, against competitors like these, I'd be so glad if we would.
It'd be unfortunate if we didn't get second place. Be really
come on
sad.
now.
Especially
come
since
on
we would
now.
actually get what is it? First place. First place would be pretty neat.
Oh,
But if we could get second, that'd be really bad if we didn't get second.
Yeah. You can. It's okay. I am fully, certain. I lost the word there. Certain that you guys will absolutely come in second place.
Uh,
That a challenge, little man?
Well, I'm a woman, first of all.
Oh, I didn't know she was on speaking. A challenge, little lady?
I mean, it's not a challenge. I have more experience than any of you, I'd presume.
experience.
Yeah, but do you have
stays-
candy in your pockets? Because I have candy in my pockets.
I don't. I have tea though.
Tea's actually pretty cool. Especially if you put a little alcohol in it, that'd be nice.
I don't doubt that you're the most experienced out of all of us. Truth be told, I ain't too big into competitions, but hey, if it's all in good fun, then what's the harm in it?
And I'm not going to pretend that I have any experience with this in practical level at all. But I've read a lot.
Well, as I said, best of luck to all of you, and I guess may the best person win. And she'll scamper back over to her two brothers.
Absolutely. Take care. She seemed nice. That was really nice of her.
Very friendly. I'm so glad. Yeah. It's sometimes you go to these towns and everyone just sort of eyes you or ignores you and literally every single banister is twice your height and you can't use it. This is
And
nice place.
I'm sorry. What is everyone's passive perception?
16.
Ooh. That's a good question.
That'll be your
I
perception
don't know.
plus 10.
16 as well.
10.
And everyone's so perceptive except Falcon. With your passive perceptions, the three of you notice that a little ways back where that individual was reading the book, for a moment the cloaked individual staggers, and you see the cloak blow up just a little bit. Underneath, you can see what looks like rotting flesh,
Ooh.
missing teeth, and what looks like drips of blood coming out from nose and eyes before the hood kind of just falls back into place.
I don't suppose he seemed familiar.
Make a perception check.
That was cocked. It almost a natural 20, but it was on an angle. 15.
15. No, you've definitely come across people who utilize sort of necromantic style magic. But this particular individual, no, not really anybody you've seen before.
Alright, no bounty on this guy.
If it's alright, I'm going to try to approach this cloaked figure.
Okay. So you go over. The cloaked figure is the one you saw with the rotting flesh. The actual elven individual is completely uncloaked.
Yeah.
You can see that he has, as you approach. Let me go ahead and get
Had a book on them, I believe.
Yeah, he's reading one as he walks. You can see he has very short cut, light blonde hair. His robes are a very nice dark gray, hitting the edge of black. And you can see as he kind of acknowledges you as you approach, he has these very beautiful silver eyes that look at you, and you see immediately he kind of like bookmarks where he was in the book, closes it, and gives a smile and says, "Well, hello."
And this is the individual you saw that had the face?
This is the one that has that staggering figure walking next to him.
Oh, next to him. Oh, okay. So,
Yeah.
I actually thought that was one and the same, so... But I am going to go ahead and, like, see him, then look over the figure and go, like, this guy, all right?
Yes. This is my assistant. He's merely here to make sure that I remain safe during the trials.
Oh, I mean, like, he has, like, blood coming out of his nose and stuff. You sure he's good?
Yes. He's quite all right. I've forgotten what this could look like to other people. This is Ty. He is my zombie assistant.
Ty.
He accompanies me wherever I go.
The moment he says Ty, I'm gonna go ahead and hold out a hand and go, pleasure to meet you, Ty. Yeah.
He like looks at your hand and slowly starts like reaching his face down towards the hand, and he sees the guy go, nope, smacks him in the middle of the forehead. He goes back.
Well, I mean, like, it's I don't mean like rude or anything, but like that, I'm just here to shake hands. But if you don't want to, then that's fine.
I'm still training him. He's a new addition. My last one died from a spooked mage who didn't know he was bringing us our coffee.
So, like, you regularly have mages named Spooked that brings coffee to you? That sounds pretty neat.
I get the sense you're not the brightest. You're not the brightest star in the sky.
Oh yeah, that's like a weird terminology thing that you're throwing at me. I don't know what you're talking about.
Right. It's a pleasure to meet you. My name is Ganzer.
Oh, but before I go, like, you sure he's all right? Cause I got a health potion.
Yeah,
I'll go ahead and
yes.
start bringing one.
No, it's okay. It's quite all right. It's quite all right. He's perfectly okay.
All right. Well, it's a pleasure to meet him, and it's a pleasure to meet you. Good seeing you. I'll go back to party.
All right. You see as he leaves, as you begin to leave, Ty begins kind of staggering forward for a moment, trying to chase you. And you see Ganzer reach up and goes, no. He reaches into a pack and pulls out what looks like this rotten piece of flesh. And goes, no. You go, eat. And you see that Ty kind of looks at it.
I mean, it's a little gross to eat some bad meat, but I haven't seen that before. He seems nice. Ty seems nice.
Yeah. There's something. It's just interesting. If Ty, you said, was the name of the undead individual.
Yeah, that guy with the face. According to his friend, he's like, he's an assistant. And it's a fine. There's a little blood down his nose. It's no big deal.
Okay.
Yeah.
So probably, well, maybe a skull or two. I don't know. It's.
Also, you called him like something like a zombie or something. I don't know what a zombie is. Is that supposed to be a good thing?
It's certainly useful. And you know how people feel about my thieves' tools. You know, like some people are, well, are you sure you should have that on your person? Does that make you respectable? All these things. You know, it's like that, really. You know, some people are just very sensitive about that sort of thing, and they assume the worst. And
well, when the people see like your
realize
tools and stuff, they're like, "Oh, you're gonna take stuff from you." That guy doesn't seem like he's gonna take stuff from you. He just seems like he has a bit of a hunger problem sometimes, though.
Maybe don't leave your jerky out where you can see it.
Oh.
You know, and also probably don't. It's the sort of thing that anyone with white carpets wants to not have you inside the home. You know, it drips a bit.
You don't have to be polite. You could just say that he's ugly. We all know.
Well, I mean, it's all.
It's pretty obvious.
Well, again, it's all dependent on what you're looking at. I mean, there's some that would like look at you and they'd say like, that's a goblin. That looks ugly and weird. I definitely had people go.
Yeah, I know. That's why I got kicked out.
Oh.
Beauty's an eye of the beholder, but you're right, Dingo. Shoo.
Let's see.
A little distressing.
I do wonder whether the two of them are planning to just enter on their own. I mean, a party of two seems a little bit small for camping.
What happened if? I just had a thought. What if we like kill Ty and then we're like, here's the bounty. I mean, it's kind of a thing, right?
Ain't no killing of other people.
Oh, okay.
Ty is an entrant.
All right.
But is he really?
Well, I mean, he's with the other guy.
He's not like a normal person. He's like a dead person.
Scobie is sort of visibly struggling. Like there are several arguments against this. Which one should I choose? Because if I choose multiple, I will. Maybe that would overload.
I'm gonna look over to Dingo when she mentions that him being dead. I'm gonna look over. Oh, he was dead. Like, what do you mean he's dead? Like he's moving around. He's doing stuff.
He got dead, and then they brought him back to life.
The archways. Oh, the architecture here. So
and as you point this out, You guys find yourselves now beginning to crest the border into Vinecrest.
AKA, let's get a move on.
Don't blame you.
Hey, man, you take all the time you want.
We haven't been playing for an hour and a half.
And 30 minutes.
Oh wait, no, I'm
Entering into Vinecrest proper. A lot of the buildings here show their age and just how beautifully they've withstood the test of time. You can see that many of the structures are oddly designed from what you would see from more modern cities. However, they do carry with them their own rustic charm. You can see that there are various stands and tables that are set up, lined with different ales and meads and foods prepared by some of the villagers, or by some of the townsfolk.
Are they just out in the open?
They are just strewn about. You can see that there are decorations that are hung from various buildings. You can see that there are people walking around handing out what looks like small little candies to children or anybody who would like them.
Well, I mean, if like, there's meat out in the open, I know what I'm gonna go right after.
there's free food.
There's free food.
They've got a cold board set up or something. Yeah, that's.
You can see the population here appears to be in high spirits as the trials are fastly approaching. Although, to your surprise, not a lot of them appear to be armored or warriors or hunters of any kind. A lot of the people entering the town appear to be common folk. And as you kind of listen about, a lot of them seem to just be here to witness the trials, to see them unfold, and to see who the victor will be. As more folks enter from different areas, not just the path that you would come in from, they all, almost like a potluck, are bringing their own meats and drinks. And you have your pick of this. As you guys are looking around, you speak to one of the guards, and you know that you guys have about an hour before the trials start.
Well, if there's like other people bringing in like food and stuff, I feel a little guilty like going out to just start getting stuff. Should I like, go out and like get something, come back?
Well, okay. So if you're feeling a bit socially anxious over it, how about I go get 3 plates, 2 for you, 1 for me, and we can use that to sort of figure out portions in a nice, polite way.
Well, I mean, like there are people bringing in like other food and drink and stuff, and like all like out of these health potions, and like that's not really gonna quench any thirsts or anything.
Consider it this way: we are bringing the entertainment for tonight. We are the ones who are going to watch and cheer on and bet on, and how fast are they going to find something? And they live local, so it's easier for them to bring. The homemade perry and the really nice late roses for cordials and things like that.
What she's saying is, I think what she's saying is, it's free game.
Well, I mean, like, I don't want to be rude or nothing, but all right, I'm gonna go ahead and go to where the nearest free mead and ale is.
Yeah, I was thinking of I use like local skill to figure out what sort of the socially proper amount.
Absolutely. Go ahead and make a knowledge local.
Knowledge local. Come on, die. My die does not believe in me. That's a 9. Oh, sorry. No, that's a knowledge. That's not a 9. That is a 13.
A 13. So you're trying to kind of go back through your knowledge with the books that you've read and kind of researching a bit of the etiquette that the town has had in previous years. And as you're going around and talking to people, a lot of people just seem to be too enamored with their conversation or too into their meals and drinks. One individual that you come across just says, "Take whatever you want. Come on, it's a party. It wouldn't be a party if we limited you, would it?"
See, what was I talking about?
Spoken as someone who has not had 3 teenagers in the house. Right. Absolutely then.
So you guys go ahead and collect your meat. Is there anything in specific anyone's looking for?
I'm looking for a very long string of sausages.
Make a perception check.
That's very specific.
That is very specific.
Anything you can, any food you
24.
can,
24, you find it's coiled up. It's a good, like, it's almost your size with how high these sausages are coiled up.
I'm taking the whole thing and leaving them like 10 gold.
They don't accept the gold. You can take whatever you want. It's a feast.
I have the mental image of us toilet paper mummying Bingo with these sausages, just making sure that like the edible end is near the mouth.
You mean these are free?
Sort of working through your clothes.
Yes, it's free. Take as much as your little heart and stomach can eat.
I'm gonna take the whole thing and throw it on my shoulder and walk away with it. Man, these people are fucking stupid.
All right, so there's still like pack. So you're just gonna take all the sausages and walk away. All right, so as you do this, as you reach for the sausage, one of them like kind of starts to begin getting like serving forks and knives, and they just watch you take the whole thing, and their expressions go from like, oh, this is a little goblin that's going to have a little snack, to
I'll find whatever pastries or small easy to take things are like basically the hors d'oeuvres section.
Yeah, you find some
and grab just
beautifully
a handful and sort of eat and watch if I can, or like mingle if that's the thing.
Sure.
To some extent, also if it's possible to just sort of get an idea of what things look very very fresh, like local.
Make
especially
a perception check.
yeah. Okay. 24.
4.
23.
As you're
Sorry, 23.
as you look around, easy enough to find this beautiful assortment of pastries, beautifully cooked muffins, delicious cookies. Very easy enough to find. As you're looking for more fresh things, you notice that just coming into town, there appears to be someone who has a beautiful bounty of fresh fruits that seem like they were picked maybe less than a couple hours ago, and are coming into town with them.
Okay. Okay. That sounds excellent. I would like to approach that person if I could.
You go ahead and you approach. It's an older woman, more granny style appearance to her. She's coming in. She has some beef on her though. Like she's holding 2 big baskets of fruit and is just coming in. She comes in. Oh, hello.
Oh, hello. Sorry to bother you, ma'am. I'm Scobie, and I'm just so new to the area. These look so marvelous, and I was just wondering, do you ever have trouble with animals, local animals, trying to eat these things, or do you use netting or similar to stop it?
In previous years, we have had some stray animals that come in and try to participate in the festivities. Though the guard has been very good about making sure that they keep out most animals that make their way over here.
Just as someone who's new to this place and you're such an expert on it, what sorts of things what sorts of large creatures do you see around here? You yourself, around all the orchards.
Around these specific parts, I guess it depends where you go, really. There's the occasional big bird that flies by from time to time. For me personally, in my orchards, I have to deal with a lot of scoundrel squirrels coming and taking my fruits from time to time. But I would think nothing more than your common, maybe some wolves, bears.
Okay, just wondering. It seems like a good idea to check with someone who really knows the business around here, before we sort of choose creatures to try to find, specifically. So thank you so much for your help.
Would you like an apple before you go?
Absolutely, and I'll sort of.
She'll lean the basket down towards you.
Well.
Oh, thank you. Oh, this looks marvelous and just.
Of course, and best of luck in the trials.
Oh, thank you.
I'll take it
Um,
over to a table and like carefully get out my kukri and like clean it, and then just chop it in half so I have like a bowl version and eat it like a large piece of watermelon.
I like it. I like it. All right. Is there anything else anybody wants to accomplish during this
Yeah,
time here?
I'll grab a thing of mead. I'm just gonna
Okay.
look around. I want to see if there's any sort of bounty board or anything.
Uh, looking about, make a perception roll.
Alright. 18.
18. So there is a bounty board. However, at the moment, it seems that in preparation for the festivities, it has mostly been cleared off and replaced with several decorations to adorn it, as opposed to the usual sorts of hunts or any sort of scoundrel activity in the area that needs taken care of.
Yeah. No bounty sheets. Huh?
No bounty sheets, at least not right now. At least not while the festival is going on.
Okay, I guess I'll go back and start to mingle again then.
Okay. Meet a lot of really interesting individuals from all around, telling you stories of their travels. One of them, an older guy, and a much older individual says, "I swear to God, if that horse runs off on me one more time, I'm gonna skin it and use it as a coat for my next horse."
Quite an angry fella.
Seems he's had a rather arduous journey where inward he tells you that several times his horse tried to run away from him. Luckily he had it tied down with its harness, so it couldn't get away from him.
He knows how to hobble a horse correctly, and possibly should stop wearing whatever cologne or whatever it is the horse hates.
I'll just nod politely and look for an escape. Politely.
Sirik, is there anything you'd like to accomplish during
Well,
this
I
time?
mean, like, I'd follow suit with, like, getting a thing of mead, but I'd also want to see if there's any, like, good alcohol, too, you know? Probably
Yes,
also,
you
like,
could-
talk with people to say, hey, we're going to try to get second place in this competition. And we're going to get something, like, really big. We need to get something super huge. I don't know what's a huge thing here. Like a horse? Is a horse big enough, you think?
Are you just saying this to common people?
Yeah. As I'm drinking and stuff, yeah.
As you go over to a small group of what looks to be one adult and several children that are in the process of combing over the tables, and you say this, we're trying to get second place. All the children look at you, bright-eyed and smiling, go, "Oh my gosh, you're a hunter! Oh, that's so cool!" One of them like runs over and like starts touching your claymore. It's like, "Oh my gosh, look at his sword! Look at his sword!"
Hey. Be careful touching that thing. It's real sharp. I don't want you getting hurt. Nothing. Hey.
And one of them comes up. She's like, "How long have you been a hunter? Are you in second place? You're not going to try to win?" And the adults go, "Children, please. I'm so sorry. They're very excitable this time of year."
It's no big deal. Not to me, we just came into town recently, and this is just something that I'm at least a little bit familiar with back home. So maybe there might be something cool here. Maybe there might not be. I don't know. Anyway, do you know anything big here? Anything big and beastly like?
Big and beastly like. Well, I mean, there's many sorts of creatures that roam the woods and the mountains. I'm trying to think of anything out of the ordinary I may have seen.
Oh, you mean like legends and whatever? Like tales told when you were like a little kid or something? That what you talk about?
Well, yes, something like that. I don't know if it's true. However, I have heard that possibly griffins have taken roost up in the mountains. If you're looking for big game, that's possibly something you can go for.
All right. So griffin in the mountain. All right. Nothing else spring to mind, or
Nothing out of the ordinary. Common like wolves, bears, things like that. Big game, normal big game. That's the only thing that I can really think of.
Well, that's something that I can work off of. I mean, if there are
Of
griffins
course.
up in the mountain, that means we just have to go up real high in order to get them. I don't know.
Well, I hope you have your medal about you.
Well. Thank you very much for the information. Can I get you a drink?
I was gonna go get one for myself shortly. That's quite all right, thank you.
All right.
You see that same kid who was kind of pawing at your sword has kind of come around and it kind of comes up to you, looks up at you, bright-eyed, and he's like, Can I hold your sword?
Sure, I'll go ahead and I'll bring the claymore out. I go, now you need to hold on to this side, not the really sharp side. I had a mistake like that once.
You see his eyes have gone wide, a big smile across his face. Huh?
All right, so
and he reaches up as he tries
grab hold of it, and then I'm
grabs
gonna
it
let
with
go.
both his hands. It immediately goes into the sand. He's trying to lift it.
Yeah.
And he watches the other children kind of come over and begin kind of helping him lift the sword. They eventually get it to a point where he's like holding it a little higher than his head. And he's like, look at me, I'm a hunter. And you see the female with them says, that's enough, sweetheart. Come on. Give the nice man back his sword. He's got to make preparations. I mean, we're going to be cheering him on, aren't we? And he goes, oh yeah, here's your sword back.
Oh yeah.
And he with all the children kind of turn and put the sword up towards you.
And of course, having actually already told them to warn about the sharp side, I will grab the sharp side.
Are you doing this carefully or just absentmindedly grabbing?
Oh, I'm absolutely absentmindedly grabbing it, like not even thinking about it.
Make a
If I'm
God, what would
watching
this be?
Make an attack roll against myself.
Make a I don't know what this would be. Make an agility check.
Agility.
It's-
Oh.
Yeah, so if I'm watching this,
Okay,
may I as a swift action cast augury?
Yeah, of course.
Cool.
Don't cut yourself check.
Make a perception check to see if you even see this, because this would technically be happening simultaneously.
Okay, and I did miscalculate my perception, so it's actually +7. But okay, perception to see it, 25 to see it.
25 to see it. You can see it. You see Sair going to try to grab the sword from the sharp end.
Okay, yeah. So augury, I'm gonna try to basically give him sort of visions of the future so that he can improve his gripping of that.
All right, make a spellcraft check, and then Sair, make an agility check.
Well,
Okay.
I already made my first roll as this was going on. I'm going to see whether or not this will change something or not.
So it's 17. So it's basically you can use my 17 over yours if you would prefer.
Well, I rolled an 18 with my agility +1, so that'll be 19.
All right, so as you're kind of reaching down, and you're like, "Thanks, kids." You grab it by the blade. Don't manage not to cut yourself. As you kind of pull it back, you watch as all the kids just kind of look up at you, it's like, whoa.
What? I start trying to put it backwards, and I go, oh. Oh, I'm not.
At this time, the woman will kind of usher her children along and wish you luck in the trial.
Hey, thank you. Appreciate it. That was nice.
Anything else anybody wants to accomplish while
I guess
you're in this time?
the only thing is listening to people recounting stories of previous years and sort of gossiping. Do I get the sense that it would be frowned upon if a creature were to come back with hypothetically a poison in its system? Like, is that frowned upon?
Poison,
is that considered a dirty win?
It doesn't. From what you've been able to gather, it doesn't seem like it's a dirty win. It seems like as long as you have, it seems from the air that you're getting, as long as you are the one that has killed it, or you or your group is the one that has killed it, it is counted as a win regardless.
Okay, good. Just to make sure. Yeah.
Yes. So if there's Dingo, I assume you're munching on your sausages.
I have it like I'm huddling around it like a fiend for trying to protect whatever.
Okay. So
Like
if there's nothing
Gollum
else,
from the Lord of the Rings.
if there's nothing else, the hour passes, and you all hear what sounds like a bell. Boom, boom, boom. And immediately everybody around you kind of perks up, and you hear some people go, "Oh, the trials are about to start. We must hurry." and you see a bunch of people begin kind of making their way towards the city, towards the town square.
Okay. I will follow, I think. I'll make sure that all the party members are headed in the right direction before I follow, though.
Yeah. Just regroup and then head to where they're going.
I think I could do that.
So as you guys go ahead and make your way to the city square, you see that there are other groups of hunters that have arrived that are all kind of circled around this central platform where you see a very gruff, very a man with a very forceful personality makes his way up onto the stage. A lot of the people around you seem to be speaking in hushed tones to each other, smiles and giddiness about them. As he steps up, he holds his hands out and says, "Well, everyone, thank you so much for coming to this year's Trial of Roic. For those of you who do not know me, I am Mayor Marshall Toyle, and I will be putting forth the rules for this competition. Now, before we begin, I would like anybody who wishes to participate in the trials to please step forward. Everyone in the crowd, please step back a little bit and make some room."
I'm absolutely following in the wake of one of my larger party members.
Yeah, I'll take the lead. Step forward.
You can see that a few groups of people step forward. Sirik, you see 3 of the children try to run forward and are quickly hamstringed by several arms, not even just the woman they were with. Several people grab them and pull them back.
This happens every year. They're like, watch those, watch them. They do it. And them, the Baker's family, always, every single year. Yep.
I am gonna give a little chuckle as I step forward and go, it's really sad they're not coming. Those were my formative years growing up.
He will. So as you guys fully step forward, the mayor will look at all of you with a very big and welcoming smile. He says, "Well, it's very nice to see the turnout we have this year. Well, I welcome each and every one of you to Vinecrest. And for those of you who this is your first year participating in the trials, welcome as well. We hope to see great things out of each and every one of you. And remember, the trials are not only just in celebration of Roic, this is also a way for us to come together as a community. So I expect nothing but sportsmanship out there," as he kind of glances over to what appears to be a group that has returned quite a few times and have a less than reputable reputation. Kind of gives a cursory glance to a small group of what appears to be all goblin folk.
Their names happen to be Dick, Dastardly, and Muttley the dog.
That dog.
I like that the is his own person.
That's his own person. So, here are the rules as they stand. You will have, after the bell sounds, 8 hours to hunt, kill, and bring back whatever creatures you are able to acquire in that time. You may not harm or kill any other contestants in this competition. That is a rule that is very strictly enforced. If we find out that there was any such foul play, you will not only be disqualified from the trials, you will be violently removed from Vinecrest and forbade from ever returning. Is that clear?
Well, I mean, yeah, sure, but if self-defense happens to come up, don't
Yes,
blame
sir.
me.
I'm gonna kind of put a hand on his shoulder. That's clear.
Our friend is not always used to people who genuinely follow the law, and Vinecrest is absolutely one of those places. We don't need to grandstand. They're honest.
He gives like a very odd glance to Sirik, but continues on. The creature that you slay must be a creature slain by your group to count. If we see any sort of foul play, anybody taking kills from other groups, the same rules apply. You will be disqualified and removed from Vinecrest. These are sacred trial. This is a sacred trial, and one that we hold to a very high standard. winners, the winners of the trial will not only receive another feast as he reaches his hands out to the bounty of food that is still present on the tables, will receive another feast in their honor. A rather gracious sum of money. As he says this, you watch as another individual kind of comes out toting a rather large sack of gold. So big, in fact, that he has to use a wagon to bring it. And will be deemed champions of Roic. I wish each and every one of you the best of luck on your hunt.
What does second place get?
He looks over at you and says, second place, unfortunately, there is only one winner of the trials.
Oh. I'm going to look over the group and go, I don't think we should get second place, guys. I think I've changed my mind on that.
The hunting grounds are limited to the mountains, to the rest of the mountain, and as he points, you can kind of see there's an overlook that seems to lead to a forest in a valley below, or the valley just below us. And may Roic guide each of your hunts. And as he says this, you hear gong, 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 and everybody begins scattering to different. Some of them heading towards the mountains, some of them heading towards the forest. Where would you guys like to go?
Well, I'm going to go ahead and start heading off toward the mountains, because there's some cool stuff
Heading towards
there.
the mountains.
Unless someone else in the party would stop me.
Yeah, that's where I was gonna go actually.
Right, heading
I
towards the
like
mountains?
trees, but I don't care. So let's go to the mountains and kill a deer.
Sounds good.
Well, I mean, like, I'm not
Something bigger.
I'm not looking for deer. Like a guy I was talking to, he said there was like griffins or stuff up there. What is
Oh
it?
no, deer meat goes really well with sausages.
Well, I mean, I'm a little curious though. What's a griffin? It's supposed to be like really big though. That's what's important.
That's actually a good question. I don't know if my character would know. Would that be? Would that be
I think
nature
that would be
or
knowledge
arcana?
nature. I believe that'd be knowledge nature.
Okay. So knowledge
I
nature.
wouldn't.
All of my knowledge checks thus far have been like ridiculously low on the die itself.
Just to respond to the chat really quick with Goblin Bears. To point out what the party is, we have a barbarian warrior. We have a goblin ranger. We have I believe you were a rogue initiate,
Yes, I'm a gnome rogue initiate.
and a rogue
Rogue.
warrior.
Mostly warrior.
Although
but
this
a little
isn't
bit
going to
rogue.
make any sense if you're not watching the Mixer stream, because I'm positioned differently on the Twitch stream.
Yep.
Yeah, you just look like an idiot on my screen.
DM over here. Goo
Secretly,
over
I'm.
here.
Things are interesting, but yes.
Everything's fine. Everything's fine.
Let's see. Just basically the rundown. Dingo Jangles, Goblin Ranger, Seir Rick, Lizardman Warrior, going the barbarian route. Falcon or Kvasanik is an orc with 2 levels fighter, 1 rogue, and then Scoby is 2 levels rogue, 1 initiate. With a
And there we
build that
go.
is really not optimized for it, so we're gonna have lots of fun. That was a 5 on the die, 15
Oh
for
my-
nature.
All my
I have
playtests
a-
went awful,
Guy
but I
hates
stuck
me.
with this character because I like it.
Yes.
I have proficient in knowledge nature checks.
Go ahead and make a check.
Oh, excellent.
And my knowledge of this is whether or not I have eaten it before. That is a 16.
16. So, Dingo, you think for a moment. Griffin. And you remember one time in your past where there was this very large bird that was brought into the camp that you quickly stole most of the meat from. And you remember it tasted pretty good. A little gamey, but pretty good.
I remember griffins. They're birds, and they're mean, and they taste pretty good. Mostly when you don't get them dirty first. But that's everything.
Are they big?
They are
Yeah,
big.
they're huge. Well, I mean,
Well,
you have
they're
to.
huge, then,
Here's the thing: is well, I'm here, and you here, and that's how sizes work.
Oh. So it's
So, what do you mean by big?
well, we're hoping to get like the biggest. So if it's huge to you and it's this big to me, then maybe we'll have something. I don't know.
I
We'll
mean,
see.
yeah, that could work.
Yeah.
Alrighty. So, survival checks, please.
Absolutely.
I think I might also be good at this one. I am.
I would like to assist Dingo with augury as I.
Sure.
If that's
What
possible.
do I get with augury?
He gets to roll a spellcraft check, and if his spellcraft check, you can either use your roll or the roll that he got in his spellcraft check.
Okay.
As you do that, I rolled my survival check. That'll be a 15.
So beat.
That's good by goblin standards. Don't forget. Says Gob.
So it was 18 for my spellcraft check.
22.
22.
15 as well.
15. Sirik.
15.
15. So as you guys quickly begin gathering your things and making your way up the mountain, most of you kind of are starting to get what looks to be different markings and cuts along the rocks that seem to resemble talons. And for most of you, like, yes, okay, this is where we need to go to find the griffins. Gob, or not Gob, Dingo, the Gobby boy,
Girl.
lady, Dingo, you notice something else. You see what looks like these. You see the same sort of talon and claw marks, but you also see what looks to be an even larger, what almost appears to be a paw sort of mark that is pressed firmly into one side of the mountain that is a bit more difficult to see from the angle you guys were at. It looks to be make a nature check.
Oh man, that's a 10.
10. Best you can tell, it looks to be like some sort of maybe a wolf's paw, like a very large wolf's paw.
Hey guys, you see this? There's this wolf's paw. I'll kind of try and draw it out, but I'm still
do you mean?
short.
Make a everybody who would like to can make me another perception roll to try to see what Dingo is pointing at.
Yeah.
It's a 9.
9 also.
14 plus 9. 14 plus 5, I should say. Sorry. No, it's plus 6 because of the thing, Doi. So it's just 20 unnatural.
So Sirik does see it.
Oh. Oh, you mean the thing where there's like the circle there, the circle there, the circle there, and then there's that middle.
Yeah,
bit?
I thought I got like poisoned by sausages for a second, and I was the only one that saw it. But as long as I'm not like messed up, and
Does it
that
seem
is
like
actually there.
Does it seem like that paw would, in theory, be bigger than a griffin, even though I don't know what a griffin is?
Make a nature check.
Damn it!
My answer is yes. Your answer is
Okay,
maybe.
so 9 minus 1 for intelligence plus 1 for level, so 9.
I mean, you don't know what a griffin is,
Nope.
but this is pretty big.
Well, this thing is like fighting the griffins, then this might be even bigger.
I say we look for whatever the hell that is.
Yeah.
I can't see it, like, or rather, as I can't discern the paw mark from the surroundings. But I'll ask those who can. Is there any bits of hair or anything in there? Any fur from the paw? Any fur from it at all?
Okay, hold on a minute. I'm gonna look at where this paw is. I'm gonna go real close to the ground and I'm just gonna see if there's any hair in the grass.
I will do the same.
Okay.
I'm
Go
also
ahead.
very willing to augury somebody to help them if that's a thing I'm allowed to do in this case.
Yeah, you can use spells as much as you want out of combat.
It's more to the extent to which this is cheesing, and I'm absolutely like, get me
Cheese
a
it,
component.
cheese it. It's fine.
Yes,
I don't need it.
We're just a
Nat
bunch
20?
of nachos up in this bitch.
Nat 20.
19, but that's a 25.
We'll take
As
your
long as it's still
25.
perception.
We'll take your
Um,
25. Or
So-
unless it's survival. So
As you're looking through, do you wait for everybody else to kind of go past you before you make your way to the paw?
I wasn't thinking about it.
Okay, so you're just gonna go over to the paw.
Yes.
You make your way over, and as you kind of run your hand along it for a moment, there doesn't appear to be any left behind fur or anything from the creature. However, as you move over to it, you do start to see that there appears to be more tracks leading off deeper into the mountains.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
So I probably would have. I rolled a 9 plus. If we're still using survival 6, so that would have been 15.
15?
Yeah.
You notice about the same thing. Nothing, no fur or anything standing out.
All right. So yeah, no, there's no fur or anything. I don't see anything different here.
So you guys would like to try to follow these tracks?
Oh yeah.
Okay, go ahead and everybody give me another survival check, please.
All right.
Okay. Everybody.
Plus
10.
6. 23.
Three.
So I know my dice are weighted, but I didn't think they were this weighted. 23.
We're gonna get you new dice, Chris.
Oh, he
10
did.
for my-
Oh, Jordan did. He got me Christmas present.
Metal
10
dice,
for
baby.
myself.
What did you get?
10,
Sabi?
10 for Scobie.
10. So 2 23s. Both of you continue to make your way through, eventually coming across what looks like an even more clumped gathering of footprints. As you follow it, you turn the corner and you can see what appears to be for some of you who know it, a griffin with several chunks of flesh ripped out of it. I'd like anybody trained in nature to make a nature check.
Okay.
Nope.
Use my other dice and hopefully roll low.
I'm just hoping for it to stop rolling 6 or lower on my knowledges.
It's okay. I only rolled a 14.
Incredibly consistent. 6 on the die. 16.
16. So you would notice that the bite marks, Scobie would notice, the bite marks are not consistent. It looks like there may have been several creatures that had eaten on it, but several different types of creatures that had eaten some of this griffin. As you kind of get a little bit closer, you notice that there are a series of claw marks that are ripped into the sides of the mountain and into the ground itself. It definitely looks like there was some sort of struggle here.
Okay.
However, after a while, you do see that there appears to be a few individuals who... there appear to be a few sets of footprints that make their way away from the griffin.
Okay. Focusing, I guess, on the larger set, assuming that might be easier to spot. I'll sort of point those out to others, and I'll also relay the information.
Bless me.
Bless you.
Well, there's clearly a fight here, and I'll gesture to the marks on the walls, and I don't know if this is a pack or if this is a family traveling. If it's a pack, perhaps it wouldn't be so bad if we, try to get one of them. Might be easier to find.
Try and separate from the herd, as it were.
Or if we get lucky, we take out the whole herd.
Hmm.
Or is it the
Seems
or is the aim of the
harder.
game we're supposed to get the biggest one and not the most of it?
The,
I
the,
forget.
the single biggest.
Oh,
If we
Well,
spot a moose, we might just call it game over and go after that. But these things, good news, if they've just eaten, they might be traveling slower.
that's true.
Might be going for a place to rest in the shade or something. We could probably find them if we move quick. Okay.
All right, everybody, go ahead and make me another survival check, please.
Hey, Cyric.
Uh,
That's a griffin.
Oh, well, that is pretty big though. Yeah, that's
I
You fucking kidding?
all right.
Chris,
that'll
rolling.
be-
Chris, you're rolling a 5.
25.
Oh god.
No.
16.
I swear this isn't rigged.
So okay,
Oh
so
my
24,
god.
14. Scoby.
6. Don't worry, Chris. I'm the one maintaining the
I know.
mathematical
I'm
probability
gonna
of
roll a
this.
1 in the middle of combat. I swear.
Wait,
So-
are we moving on from this?
I assume so, unless you'd like to
Where-
do anything.
I do
Oh.
have an idea.
Yes.
How about we tag this thing,
What
bring
do
it
you
with us, and maybe use it as bait to lure some in bigger.
mean? Well, I mean, that's one way of
We
doing
do-
the hunt. That's right.
We do have, and I look down, 32 pounds of sausages. If you need to lure something in.
I will hold up a knife. Scoby. Don't you dare fucking touch my sausages.
That's
Oh.
fair. I retract that statement.
It's a surprise tool that will help us later.
Actually, now the sausages are poured out. You're gonna be like, oh, yeah, actually, a sausage would be really nice. Can I have one?
Fine.
Cool. I'll go ahead and have a sausage, and I'll just
Have you just been carrying the sausages?
I'm assuming it's very much
No,
like
you
a,
reach down. So you reach down, and as you grab one, you see that there's a good amount of dust that has collected on these sausages.
Oh no, they're in my arms, like above the ground.
No, you're traversing about, and that is not exactly a.
I'm wearing it like a meat dress.
I'm assuming it's wound all around. Like if someone were
Essentially, I've been grabbing whatever bad ones and just chucking them, throwing them off to the side. Like, I hope the next one's better. Oh, it is cool.
Alrighty.
actually like one thing that might just be worthwhile. This is basically me fishing for scrying components, honestly. In the area where the claws hit the side of the rock, since rock's harder than claws, could I take a look to see if there's any like visible bits of like where claw might have been scraped off, or I could just get a bit?
Make a perception check.
Okay. Okay, 26.
26. As you're kind of looking through, while you don't notice any sort of broken off claw or anything you could use as a scrying component, you get a better look at the bite marks themselves. One of them appears to be your standard sort of, maybe like a lion, maybe a mountain lion. That's eating.
That standard, short teeth, canines. lots of
Exactly,
very-
yeah. Another one that you begin to notice appears to be a much more elongated maw. The teeth are much more jagged, and to the best of your knowledge,
Non-mammalian.
this looks almost to be like a dragonoid bite mark.
Okay. Is it longer than my arm, say?
You put it up. It's not super long,
Okay, it's just, but that is.
but it is noticeable. A lot of this griffin has already been eaten away.
Yeah, it's free food out here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I will point that out to other folks just as a.
We might be dealing with well, if this is a dragonish or wyvern or anything like that, it might be able to come on us from the treetops. So just be aware of that, as we go.
Well, as long as it's big, I don't really mind it.
That's fair.
I'll also point out the mountain lion because canids and felids have different things. So it's like, okay, let's be aware of that because they also can climb in a way that the dog ones are not going to be able to.
If for some
Alrighty.
reason Scobby decides to start using those technical terms, I'm just gonna go ahead and just go. I don't know what that means.
Dogs. Dogs do this. Cats. They can do this. It's very fancy. This is why they're not long distance follow you and eat you hunters.
Wait, so if I do it, if I do this, that means I'm a cat.
It means that you, like cats, can turn your arms over and climb things.
So you're saying I'm a cat?
I'm saying you are like a cat in some ways.
I pull a featherless chicken out of my pocket and say that this is a human.
Behold, a
a
man!
man.
So you guys, as you're, I will go off of that previous survival check. You begin winding your way through the mountains. At one point, you lose the tracks completely. However, with a 25 from Dingo, you notice what appears to be several small branches jutting out from the mountain itself, look almost like trees stuck in the rock. And some of those branches are broken and seem to give indication of a flying creature making its way up the mountain. As you guys begin slowly ascending to the top of what is this first peak, you start hearing what sounds like chewing noises. You all hear what sounds like... Anyone speak Draconic?
Nope.
Nope.
I will be sad if I don't.
I don't know my languages because I'm stupid.
You're a lizard.
Well,
Hilariously, I
li-
do not
lizard-
have Draconic.
Lizard
All
man.
right.
I was gonna say lizard man is not draconic.
I know. You all hear what sounds like some guttural voice speaking out. That almost seems to intermingle with the chewing sounds. As you guys begin kind of carefully cresting the top, you see what at first looks to be exactly what you had assumed it to be, a mountain lion, currently in the process of digging into what looks to be another griffin, maybe that it had freshly hunted. You watch it for a moment as you see what looks like a long dragon-like tail that slams down behind it.
Oh no.
Another head that begins to rise up from the others. This one, a dragon-like head
Oh no.
that seems to be taking a survey of the area. That kind of slowly looks down at the group that has come into its domain, says something in a language none of you understand, as the whole creature rears up onto its feet, a set of leathery wings that extend out, and a third head that comes up, all three now looking down at all of you. I'd like everybody to roll initiative.
For a minute there,
Yeah,
I was gonna
party
be,
time.
I was actually gonna like say, go ahead and just say, I raise my hand up and go, hi.
I mean,
have-
when it had spotted me, it was definitely a hello. The game is up.
Okay.
I should have been using this die the whole time. 17.
17. All right, what is the initiative for this creature?
Are we on the battle map?
I'm going to switch you guys over right now.
Uh,
Oh yeah.
Oh, what? Not 113. Not 113. Its initiative's not 113.
Ooh. 10 turns before we do, please.
ugh.
Might be a little late for this. I did send you a token a while ago.
Oh, it's okay. Okay, everyone's initiative?
5.
14.
Who got a 5?
25.
Scobie got 5.
Oh god, Dingo.
I rolled a crit, which means it's all downhill from here.
And Falcon, what'd you get?
17.
Alrighty. At the top of the initiative is Dingo.
Wow, would you imagine that? Diagonal's half movement.
You should probably zoom out there, Jordan, I'm just saying.
Yeah, I'm still trying to get everyone and also get the face cam. So
But just reduce the size of the
Oh,
camera.
cool. Oh wait, no, hold on.
I'm working on it.
I'm working on it.
I need my effective range of, wait, is it 20 feet or 20 squares?
20 squares, I believe.
Okay, you know the drill. I shoot twice. That is a a 26 and a 13.
At a -5, you got a 26.
18 plus 8.
-5.
Oh, fucking right. I'm an idiot. A 21 and an 8.
18. The 21 hits.
Okay, cool.
Uh-oh.
It's gotta be one of those,
18
isn't it?
damage.
18 points of damage. Okay.
Okay.
And then I will give my whatever the name of the the feat is.
Dodge.
Dodge. I will give my dodge bonus to somebody big. Named Seir.
All right, Falcon, you're up.
Yeah.
All right.
Jordan,
What could I help
shrink
you
the
with?
camera a little.
What do you mean?
Shrink the
Shoot
camera
yourself
a
a
little.
little.
I think I got everyone in here, didn't I? I know it's a little.
Yeah, no, zoomed out like that is fine. Zoomed out like that is fine.
Okay.
Let's continue. Falcon, you're up.
Alright. I guess I will. Oh my god. This is a huge map. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I guess I'm just gonna yell, how about y'all come on down there so we can take care of you?
All right. Sirik.
Hold on a minute. Alright, so I got 5 things of movement, so I'm gonna go ahead and do 1, 3, 5. That's gonna have to be it, because I don't have anything long range to go ahead and start hitting this thing with.
All right.
That'll be it. Oh, actually, I forget if we talked about this or not. Can I use my action to dash?
Yes.
Alright, then that's
Oh,
what's gonna
yeah,
happen
I forgot
here.
about that.
So that's gonna be another 2. That's gonna be 4, and this will be 5. Again, now it's the end of my turn.
All right. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So this thing will utter something in Draconic. One of the heads will utter something in Draconic that you guys don't understand. For it unleashes a large before flying up into the air.
Oh, well, that's not fair. He's up there, we're down here.
And he's the sheriff.
He is the sheriff. He will get there,
hello.
retain flying, and you watch as the big dragon head will unleash a breath weapon down at Sirik.
Oh, well, that's
Rude.
unfortunate.
So this is going to be an attack against your reflex. 22 against your reflex defense.
I'll beat my 20. So I'm going to take full damage on this. This will be the moment where I will go ahead and fall to the ground dead with 51 points of damage. Can't wait.
Yeah, please.
Excited.
Sirik, take 25 points of fire damage.
Ooh, that is not good. Also
This
beat-
is before your reduction. This is before your reduction. So it'll be 23.
It will still hit my damage threshold at 23.
So you
I
take
will-
one. So you take 1 point down on your condition track.
Yep.
Okay.
But still, that's. Ooh.
And it'll sit there flying up in the air, looking down upon all of you. Scobie, you're up.
Oh!
Yep.
I did not know I could do
You
that.
could use a hero point to add a d6 to reflex defense. I forgot about that. Would you like to do that?
Well, I didn't know that was an option either, so.
So you want to just keep that as is and take it next time?
Yeah. Yeah.
To avoid retcons, yeah. Okay.
Oh yeah, and you guys do have second wind. Don't forget about that. So Scobie, you're up.
Yeah, I think under the circumstances, Dingo, I'm going to use Augury as a swift action on my turn. So I'm going to roll in this. You can use this basically in place of like an attack roll or similar. So my spellcraft check, slowly increasing. So that's a 21. So you can use that in place of like an attack roll or similar. I guess before the start of my next turn, something like that. And I'm going to maneuver closer. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1. No, I'm gonna stay there. I think for my movement, basically just so I can, if need be, run forward to help Seir if he actually gets knocked down. And
Gob also would like to say Augury can be used in place of a defense.
oh,
Okay.
so that is worth noting then. And I think for a standard, it's possible to do a defensive thing, something like that.
I believe so, yes. Gob will correct us if we can't, but I'm going to say yes.
Okay, yeah. So that's my swift action, my movement action. So my standard action will be to attempt. I'm gonna keep looking through the actions, but whatever equivalent is of taking a defensive maneuver or a stance along those lines. And that's-
Alrighty, this brings us to Dingo.
That's me. I will do what Dingo do, and I will shoot the thing twice. One of those is a 17, and the other one is a 5. So I'm gonna turn that 5 into a. Is it 21 plus the
I think it's
modifier?
21
Am I
total.
just
21 total.
okay? So I'll just take the 21 and then a 17.
Okay. So one will hit.
Okay. That is 11 damage. I rolled kind of low, but oh well.
11 damage, okay.
Trust me, Chris. I know what that's like.
It's okay. I can't do anything else, so I will just stand here because I forfeited my movement.
Alright, Falcon.
Oh, so-
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Something tells me I don't want to get right up on that thing.
Well, it's still flying right now.
So could I get around it, under it?
Yeah.
Good.
You can go under it.
So I'll dash then, I suppose. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'll go around here. And I
Alright.
suppose that'll be my turn.
Okay, Sirik.
Let's see here. I'm trying to think if about the recovery. It says 3 swift actions can be used to move up the condition track by 1. So does that mean, like, in foregoing swift action, I just have to keep a track like I did it once?
Yeah, I believe that's how it works. Gob, correct me if I'm wrong, but every round on his turn, he can spend a swift action to begin recovering, correct?
And I'm trying
He'll
to...
answer me that in a couple seconds.
And
We'll
I'm trying to
continue on.
find...
Maybe.
I'm trying to find, is that... like,
Yes, that is how it works.
Alright.
That is how it works.
And I'm trying to remember
Cool.
where potion falls, if that's just like a standard action.
That's a standard action. That is pulling your potion out and drinking it.
Alright. So... if movement is part of recovery, that means I guess I'm not moving.
You can also trade actions down. So you can choose to forego your standard action to make it a swift action and get 2 points towards recovery.
But I kind of need health now. Because if I take another blow like that, like I'll still be standing, but there's little chance that I'm not going to be up for like round 3.
Yeah.
So I think what I'll do is I'm going to go ahead and take out the healing potion, which I believe is It's standard, so it's 1 times my vitality.
I think so. I'll double check real quick.
Yeah.
And here's a question: is it in regards to my vitality score or my vitality modifier?
Vitality
Score.
score.
Okay, so that would actually be 14.
Yes.
So
Big
I will
PP energy.
use my 1 to do that. For the movement, I will do 1 on the recovery track, and just have my claymore at the ready. I don't think I can do much else at this time. So
Oh, you can use. Okay, you can use a move action to retrieve a potion, and then a swift action to drink it. You'll still have your standard action
Nice.
if you choose to do it that way.
okay. But that I would still have to use my swift action, but I could move my standard action into swift to get that recovery, which is kind of necessary because from all the playtests, even with a +7, I can't hit anything. If it's gonna be like a 21 to hit this freaking thing.
It says standard can be a move can be a swift. I don't know if a standard action can be a swift action.
Fuck. Okay. Okay. Then I guess I'm not gonna.
You have a healer in the party. Like you'll be okay.
It can. So you can use your.
It's more about the recovery part. I don't want to have negatives right now, because if I start if there are negatives right now, like we're gonna be in problems.
So you can use your standard action as a recovery.
Okay, good. So yeah, I'll just hang here and hold on for the time being. That'll be the end of my
Okay.
turn.
It's the Chimera's turn, and it's going to look at this tasty little morsel who just went underneath it, and
So recovery of 1.
land in front of Falcon. Falcon, let's see. I need to make sure I read this properly. I believe it gets 5 attacks. Yes, it gets 5 attacks.
That's a.
It's gonna make it makes 2 bite attacks, a gore attack, and 2 claw attacks.
Ooh.
Can it make a gore attack if it's staying still?
Oh no, it cannot make a gore attack, so it can make 2 bites and 2 claws.
Yeah, I thought not.
Okay.
I read that wrong.
Okay, less scary.
So 4 attacks against you, Falcon.
Alright.
1 is going to be 17.
Nope.
The next one is going to be a 32.
Yeah.
Claw attack. That's rolled low again. So 16.
Nope.
Second attack, 18.
Nope.
Okay, so just one of the bite attacks hits.
Alright.
You suffer 15 points of piercing damage from the bite.
Oh.
Better than that breath attack.
Casually says 32. Yeah, it's pretty casual, man.
You should have seen practice.
Scobie, you're up.
Okay. Okay. I was intending to do healing type things.
Do healing
Wow.
type things.
Yeah. Okay. Hey. So. Okay. It's on the ground by Falcon.
It is on the ground. Currently, it just unleashed a flurry of attacks into Falcon, but Falcon managed to kind of just get his arms up in time and parry off most of the attacks. The dragon's head, however, kind of came around and kind of got him in the shoulder while he was paying attention to one of the claws.
That's fair. Okay. So I think I'm going to move. Diagonals are twice.
Diagonals are 2 times the movement.
Okay. And then just for calculating, so this is 4 squares away, or do the diagonals count as well for that? In terms of spell distance, I mean.
I think it just counts for movement. I don't believe they count in terms of distance.
Okay. All right then. I have no idea how this works on a creature with this many heads. However, I'm going to try to use suffocation on it.
Okay. Roll a
So-
spellcraft check. This is against its what defense?
This is against its fortitude. I'm going to double check. I believe it's against the fortitude defense. Yes. Okay. Yeah. Should your spellcraft checks exceed the target's fortitude defense? So that should work.
Go ahead and make your. Go ahead and roll.
Okay. So basically, she's running forward, moving everything on her shoulders and pack back.
Yeah.
Throwing out her hands and being like, to try pulling the air from
And
their
you
lungs.
all watch as she throws her hands out. Her hands kind of glow with a dark energy for a moment, and you start to see that same dark energy begin to encompass each of the heads on this chimera. What'd you roll?
That is a 20.
A natural 20?
That is a natural 20.
Oh!
Ooh!
First critical!
All of the 6s and below on everything it was doing.
So what does that bring your total
with
up to?
So that's going to be a 32.
32?
Spellcraft check.
Are you...
Say a 32 very casually, though. We need to make sure we do this
Oh,
right.
yeah, that's a 32. I do this
Yeah.
all the time.
Are you amplifying it?
Yes, I'm definitely doing the mana point as well, so that I can maintain this spell. See how
So
you-
as
Yeah,
Scoby runs up and holds both of her hands out, you see these dark rings beginning to form around the chimera as it starts kind of knocking its heads back and forth. You watch as her hands close. There is this dark, almost lightning that starts to come away from her body, and you watch as the chimera starts.
This is completely hilarious.
She just closes her hands tight.
I have a policy against attacking my friends.
Is it dangerous to be around this?
Not dangerous, although it's pretty trippy to look at. So roll all your damage and then double it.
Oh my god.
Come on, baby.
Spells are also critical affected?
I believe so. God, correct me if I'm wrong. Spells are crit affected, right? If that's an attack roll.
The new spell for
Also,
this series,
you
correct me if I'm
exceeded.
wrong.
Also, you exceeded its damage threshold with your spellcraft check.
We got a response.
I
now.
see.
No,
Okay, that's all right. though.
Fascinating.
unfortunate.
I'm going to show you as well, so I have the verification of that hilarious damage spread. I had to get out more dice because I was not going to pick them up and re-roll.
Can't
So-
crit on spell. Unfortunate.
That's perfectly reasonable though. It makes sense to not be able to crit when you're like struggling to breathe.
It's okay,
Still
man.
big
We're coming.
PB energy.
It's okay, man. We're coming off of.
Okay, so with that, the 36 points of dark damage is not doubled. I'm just 36.
36
points of damage.
dark damage.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ!
You
Oh.
will not hurt my friends.
And then I'll say in Sylvan,
If you can talk in a more reasonable language, we can maybe negotiate.
It seems to be like desperately trying to fight against the suffocation. You took out half its health in one shot,
apparently it is kind of mean to be.
and
able
it is
to do
1
that.
point on the and it is 1 point on the condition track.
Yeah.
Maybe that'll make it easier to hit.
Well, it's not so much easier to hit; it's more easier to. Well, hold on. What's the effects go? for?
Well, suffocation because he exceeded. Because
it does go for
the-
defenses too. Shit.
Yeah. If the spellcraft check exceeds the target's damage threshold, it can only take a single swift action on its turn.
Well, that's good.
Dingo.
Suffocation, no breathing. Dingle jingles, gonna make your heart stop beating. That's 2 attacks for me. One's a natural 20, and the other one is 6.
6.
Six.
That critical hit. Go ahead and roll your damage.
How do you do critical damage?
Roll your dice and then double it.
Oh, just double the number.
Yeah, double the
Double the dice number or total?
I believe with modifier. So double the entire.
Hell yeah. If I don't add the modifier, it's 25. If I do, it's 30.
All right, Dingo. How do you want to do this? Yes. Oh,
How many-
almost
How many
half.
heads does it have?
It has 3 heads, and they're currently flailing. trying its hardest to break whatever this effect is that's been put on it by the small gnome individual.
Can I? Oh wait, no. I only get one actual shot against it.
Yep. So you line up that. So one of the shots you fire goes a little wide. The other one you pull back. What do you do?
Could I, in theory, be a cool boy and fucking all three at the same time as they're like reeling back and just get that perfect light up shot with like.
So as you go ahead and you pull back on the bow, you take aim for a moment, and all of you watch as Dingo sits there for much longer than it should take to take a shot. You all kind of get concerned, Falcon, as you look over. You're kind of like, "What are you doing?" As the Chimera begins rearing its heads around, getting ready to go on to another set of strikes. As they pull back, you watch as Dingo releases the arrow and shook through all three of the heads. You watch the eyes go wide for a moment before, in the order that they were struck down, the heads just begin falling to the ground until the Chimera is laid in a slump.
Rad.
Moving.
I will hold up my crossbow and just start fucking walking over to the Chimera and going, Dingo wins, Dingo wins, Dingo wins, Dingo wins.
Well, good job, little one. I'll
Oh,
light
that
it up.
suffocation did so much damage!
Specifically, 2 criticals in a row did so much.
But you guys have slain a Chimera.
Woo!
Okay.
I'd like to light another cigarette,
Okay.
and I'm just gonna kind of dot it in the center of its forehead
Okay.
to kind of burn it, mark it, make
Go
sure
ahead
it's hard.
and switch back to RP view. Okay.
I'm
So
gonna take about 12 seconds just breathing for a minute. So that way
Yeah.
I'm no longer in that condition pool.
yep, you will recover your condition.
I love how everyone, like, those two got like 60 damage. Me, 2d6 if I even hit.
I'm not good at anything involving actual weapons.
There is
Right.
gonna be a moment during recovery for at least Sirek where he'll like stop and like sniff for a minute.
Uh-huh.
Like look over at his arm. He's like, I think one of my arms is like mildly cooked.
Yeah. Come on, that's auto cannibalism. You can't do that.
I smell delicious though.
So you guys have the corpse of this rather magnificent creature before you.
I was going to ask if I could do a Arcana check to know more about it because it was speaking a language. I did get mad at it for not being willing to talk to us or to try before.
Make a knowledge arcana.
Because if it can speak, then probably this is murder. So maybe we bring it back and go the whole triumphant route, and then maybe we try to revive it. I don't know. Hey, for the once, that's cool. That's a 19. So that is a 29 on knowledge arcana.
Let me go ahead and get everything out about chimeras real quick.
I know. I, as a human person, know nothing about chimeras beyond the like. Here is a Greek legend thing.
Yeah.
Dingo needs to go to the bathroom.
I'm trying to find the exact thing on it for stat wise, basically.
Yeah, like
I need to find it because I scrolled away from it and now I can't find it anymore. Found it. All right. Monster in Town sounds like a great idea. So you know that a chimera.
as in the show, we have caught it. Now we need 18 volunteers to haul it back up to the mountain.
So you're not too certain as to the creation of the chimera. You know that it is a odd amalgamation of dragon and lion and I believe ram. They are typically solitary. They like to hunt. They find thrill in hunting things bigger than them, just to show their dominance. You also know that the unique property of them is that each of them still retain their own natural abilities. So, like the draconic head still retains its ability to utilize its breath weapons.
Okay.
There's Chris. But made of lion, dragon, goat, not ram, goat.
Okay. So,
And you know that these specific kinds of things are typically a bane to any who see them. You also know that not a lot of them have ever been hunted down and killed. And so you may very well have made a moment here as being one of the few groups who have successfully hunted and killed a chimera.
Hey, Chimera's big, so
all right.
success.
All right then. In that case, maybe not reviving. Depending.
So they are driven by hunger. And if you were to revive them in the middle of a town, there's a good chance a number of those townsfolk would become the next meal.
Right. Not becoming literally the entry in history books under why this town area was abandoned and why. It would be the name that people use as a swear word when they bust their shins in a dark evening. So.
Yeah, rather not have my name attached to that. I kind of got a reputation to uphold here.
That's fair. That's more than fair.
So how are you guys getting this chimera down the mountain?
I'm strong.
Well, so am I.
I don't think this is a rule, and it probably isn't, and I apologize. Make a combined strength check.
Oh, baby.
17.
Damn it.
I think
10.
I rolled as in whatever you're rolling in your modifier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I rolled a 6 with my 19 strength with being +4. I have a 10.
Go ahead and Gob. Go ahead and Scoby and Dingo. Go ahead and make a strength roll as well.
Joys.
Okay.
9
Okay.
Athletics or just strength?
Strength.
strength.
And
10. Okay, that's combined enough for you guys to get it moving.
Does anyone have a tent?
Oh,
I do. I have a 10.
I have a tent.
The character
I think
assisting
we all do.
just needs to meet the same DC as the person attempting the check -10.
Oh.
Okay, so I can probably help people more in some way.
Okay, so with your guys' combined effort, Falcon, you go under, and as you kind of like get ready, you push up, and it's really heavy. Sirik, you come in, you're like, I got this too, don't worry. You get to the back, and as you pull, you guys can't even get the midsection off the ground. And then Scoby and Dingo, you guys run into the midsection and hoist it with all your little might, and all of you begin parading this chimera down the mountain.
Okay, if we get to any rough areas, we might just want to put it on the fabric of a tent or a tarpaulin or something and just sled it down.
Absolutely. Little problem. I'm holding the back end here. I can't exactly reach my backpack for the moment.
I'm
Yeah,
sure we'll be
think we're-
taking frequent breaks. We have another 5 hours to get back. We can do it.
Come
Well, we
on,
put it
need
down.
some break when you're carrying such a big thing.
We put it down, we get out some tents, we get some ropes, we wrap it up like a giant cigar, and we just fucking roll it.
There's something that's been on my mind since I've actually seen this thing. Like, when you were talking about griffins, they look like birds. This thing doesn't have any bird head on it.
Well, that ain't no griffin.
No, it's not. But it flew around.
Use his Earthglide to yeet the body down the mountain. So you guys, it takes a little bit. It's about 3 hours. It was about an hour to get here. It's about 3 to 4 hours to get back.
You're being extremely generous. Thank you.
They awarded first place already. We're like,
as you guys approach the town, you see that a few groups have already returned with their creatures. Some have these really large dire wolves, and it looks to be a part of a pack. that are bringing them into town with big smiles upon their faces. You see another group comes in with what appears to be 2 freshly slain owl bears.
Hmm.
You watch the goblins come in with what looks to be a family of bears, cubs included.
Oh no.
And as they're watching, they're like, "Oh, that's cool. That's cool." You watch as you guys are hoisting in this chimera. Everybody's eyes just go. And like tilted heads, like whispers go throughout the crowd. People start cheering. Whoa! Whoa! Yeah! As you all approach as you guys all approach in with the chimera, you see that Mayor Toil looks down and is surprised. My goodness! And I thought what the others brought in was impressive.
If there's space open, my arms are starting to get...
Over here. And he'll lead you over to a small area where you can set your creature down. And he says, my, you all are certainly in contention for first place. This is outstanding.
Ain't nothing to it, Chief.
Yeah.
Well, please, we're still waiting for the rest to arrive. Please take some time, relax, get yourself some food. That must have been quite a journey you took to get there and back.
Oh,
Where did you find this?
Well, I was told that there are griffins in the mountain, and so we went up to the mountain, but we didn't really see a griffin. Well, we kind of saw a griffin, except like a body of it. And then we just decided to go a little bit higher, and then there was this thing.
Quite the tale, I suppose. Please enjoy the festivities, and we'll await the others' return. At that point, you notice that Ganser, the one you had met, is currently walking in with what looks to be a few more of these zombified bodies that are currently hauling what looks to be a rather large bird. Looks like an eagle. And is currently carrying it in. As he approaches, looks around and says, "Oh, well, set it down there. Set it down there.
You got more
What
of your friends.
in the name of all that is holy is that thing?
You got more friends. I see that. That's really neat.
Did you all kill that thing?"
Well, I
Oh
mean,
yeah.
In fairness, Sir Eric and Falcon took it head on. Rather, we just sort of hung in the back and chipped in occasionally. Dingo really is the one who made the huge difference there. He got the one that breathed the terrible flame thing. Hey, I'm really impressed that you guys go every single year to hunt these things. You guys are just the bravest people I know, really.
I mean, I've never seen anything like that before, but we did bring something back. No, Ty. And he'll go over and start smacking the zombie on the head as it's trying to take bites out of the eagle.
Oh,
well, what if he's really hungry? I don't mind. Let him eat a little bit. He deserved it.
My compatriots being a little too modest here. She put in a lot more effort than I did.
He kind of continues wiping off his forehead. He seems like he's pretty rightly tuckered out. He comes over and says, "Well, I don't think I hold a candle to any of you. I would be very surprised if you did not come out ahead."
Yeah. Very, very quickly. Scoby. Sorry. That guy, that other girl you're talking about, where she was encouraging us to go second place, but we couldn't really go second place. What was her name?
Nia.
Yeah. Like, did you happen to see her walking around? Has she come in yet?
Oh, you're asking Ganser?
Just in general. He says this aloud.
No, I haven't seen them return yet. They're probably still out on their hunt. They do have a few hours left
All right.
before the trial concludes.
Well, hope they're doing all right.
Oh, I'm sure everything's fine.
So you guys rest, sit down, and kind of take a breather. Whew.
Yeah, I'm making a certain amount of probably at some point bringing out the leg brace, because I'm pretty sure it was not certified for that much weight, and just sort of
Yeah.
double checking and building
Everything,
things
yeah.
back into place. And okay, basically just setting aside like 12 gold to talk to the mechanic later.
So you guys watch as several individuals begin coming back. Some seem to have just been spectators who wanted to go out and watch. However, you do see a couple more groups returning. As you guys are sitting down, enjoying some meals, I will say you will recover you will recover back to full hit points if anybody's missing hit points
All right.
over just the time of relaxing and sitting down. Ganser will reapproach all of you, accompanied by his three, what you know now to be zombies,
Yeah.
and he'll kind of take a seat next to you. He'll kind of take a seat next to all of you and kind of munch a little bit on his food.
So what are the other two names? Like, I know that one's Ty. Is that what are they? What are these two?
This is Dorian.
Hi. How are you?
And
Hold the hand out
this
again.
He just this one just kind of looks at it, not really moving.
Oh,
And
all right.
this one is Eisen.
How you doing there, Eisen?
Yes, I acquired them from what appeared to be some rather unfortunate happenings with corpses in the woods.
Oh, like actual people.
I can assure you it was nobody from here, but it appears some traveling folk may have met with an unfortunate fate at the hand of wolf or bear, and who am I to leave such a perfectly good corpse lying about?
Well, that's fair enough.
Again, he looks at you, so he's, again, I understand how that may sound to someone who's not in the profession, but I promise you it is perfectly, I can't say normal, it is perfectly
Acceptable.
acceptable.
I can dig it.
Local customs differ.
Ain't none of my business, is it?
Oh, but I'd like to know how you've enjoyed your first attempt at the trials.
Well, I mean, everything before heading out was pretty fun. Got to drink a little bit. Actually have some kids mess around with my sword for a little while. That was fun.
Don't
Then...
take that out of context.
Damn it, Luke.
We don't leave random swords out to have children get hurt on them.
Honestly, we're just very glad these sort of things take place. It's wonderful to have the opportunity to come here, and everything I'd read about, good for big game hunting. Well, they was rather understated, weren't they?
I suppose it was, but it's always this time of year is always exciting for everyone who shows up. He kind of quickly goes. He kind of finishes off a piece of the mutton he was eating, and he goes, "Well, I was really hoping. I heard they had some of the most fantastic sausage here, but it seems that they ran out, and I was really disappointed. I was hoping to get some."
Oh, well, if you...
Yeah,
No, nothing
it'd be a
about
real
that.
shame if somebody, went to the mountains with all the sausages and left them there by accident.
Wait,
Well, we don't know nothing about that.
I am going to go attend to a couple of things, and then I will see you once the festivities are coming to a close.
yeah.
He will get up and turn. I'd like everyone to make me a perception check, please.
All right.
15.
19?
11.
13.
19, Falcon?
15.
15.
Someone got a 19.
19.
19. Okay, so Scobie notices. As he walks away, he goes a bit of the ways down the road. As he begins kind of cresting around into what appears to be a small alcove, one thing you see on him is what appears to be a small emblazoned symbol on the side of his pants on his right side. What looks to be a set of heads that are kind of stacked one on top of each other like a small mound. Another thing you notice as he turns the corner is on one of the undead figures, you see a very familiar wand affixed to the side of one of their belts.
It's like
Wand.
he's getting ahead of himself.
You might need to check to see if that zombie is a little elvish, you know what I'm saying? Maybe a woman that maybe speaks a little bit too loudly.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, like, does this look like the one specifically that the trio, the black hair, green eyes, Leo, Aishin, and Nia?
Yes, it actually looks exactly like it. As you are coming to this realization, you watch as a series of what looks like orbs of light detonate in the air. Ahem.
Oh.
As all of you tend to your wounds, a small noise catches your ear. The sounds of various footfalls begin surrounding you on all sides. You hear one of the guards call out, "Marauders! Everyone on guard!" His words are cut short by an arrow catching through his throat. Everyone around you takes up arms as a legion of individuals decorated in murky brown uniforms with deep red trim begin rushing into Vinecrest. One shouting with a mighty call, "For the collective!"
Okay.
Emblazoned on the front of each of them appears to be a mound of what looks like severed heads. As you all ready yourselves against the assault, another sound catches your ear. A set of large wings breaking the air around you, and with a loud crash, you watch as a dragon-like figure destroys the stage Mayor Toil has been standing on. It's stark. The scales of it are stark white with yellow rings of scale that go across parts of its body. You also watch as, from behind the creature, a smaller, jet black drake finishes clawing through a guard before turning its attention on all of you. Everybody roll initiative.
No! What?
Epic.
Alright.
Right back into it. Shit.
Cocked it. That is an 8.
15.
Alright. Also 15, but yeah, probably you should go first.
All right.
7.
Everything I do depends on where other people are, so.
Ooh, I rolled much better for these guys.
Oh no. Eric, please.
Let's go ahead and get this up.
All right.
I'm aimed for this to be a one-shot, and damn it, it will be. You will not survive this.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
I like this system. I want to keep playing it.
So this thing gets a 28.
Oh no.
What are the odds? Eric, do I know from that very high arcana, do Chimera and dragons work together, or do they like hate each other? Or is it a very neutral
You're
thing?
not too certain. What was everyone's initiative?
8.
15.
8 for Falcon.
15 for Seir.
15 for Seir.
And 15, but I would like to go after Seir.
Okay.
So 14. Call it 14.
And Dingo?
7.
It's catching up to you, Dingo.
Yeah. Had to have at some point.
I has a concern. All right.
So this large dragon-like creature, as it finishes crashing into the stage, you watch as it rears up. You see Mayor Toil completely crushed underneath it. His bones are broken, and there's blood just consistently pouring out from his mouth. And it's its turn first.
Yep. Because the dragon. Here we go.
So it will go ahead. What's its movement? Ooh. 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 It will go ahead and make its way over to here. Actually, it'll go. And it is going to go ahead and unleash a breath weapon outwards.
This is what Gobzoblin was telling us about with our Chimera for hitting the breath weapon. With all the
I
party.
need everybody. Okay,
Yep.
this is going to be against everybody.
Yep.
However, I didn't roll well. So
Yay.
you will all take half damage because I didn't roll high enough to break any of your reflex thresholds.
So what is this?
It's a breath weapon
You'll have
against your
to make
reflex.
a breath weapon against your reflex.
Reflex. Oh.
But he's saying
Alright.
that it was so low, there's no point in.
Ooh, okay, so 12, 18, 24.
God damn! Even at half?
No, this is before the half.
Okay.
At the half, everyone takes 18 points of cold damage.
Burn.
That still sucks.
Okay.
Ah.
That's a thing.
Oh, no, sorry, my math was wrong. 14 points of cold damage.
Okay.
Oh, that's
14
better.
points, damage reduction of 2.
I have a tiny health bar.
And that is...
12. For me.
And yeah, this thing will just loom over all of you, having taken flight once again, because that's the only way it can move that far. And now it is the smaller of the Drake's turn. This one will go ahead and what's its movement? 6 squares. This one will run over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right there, and it will also inhale,
Cool.
unleash a spew of acid forward. It is a 4-square cone. I believe that's correct. Tell him your new hire. Everyone, so this is going to be another attack against your reflex. 19. Did I beat anybody's reflex defense with a 19?
No.
No.
Reflex, no.
Okay, so you all take half damage from this breath weapon as well.
Good job, everybody.
10, 11 plus 2, 13. So half, 6 points of acid damage to all of you.
6 minus 2, making it 4.
Okay.
Alright. Sick.
All right, and now it is Cyric.
So this guy's flying. I'm probably not going to be able to hit him very well. But this guy's still on the ground. Can see
He is on the ground. He cannot fly.
So the question is Cyric dumb enough to stay here and fight, or is he smart enough to run away? I don't think he has the brain power for it. I think he knows that there's a lot of pain and he can bring it back to him, so we're gonna have him.
Okay.
There's the element of, are we tactically outnumbered versus there's an enemy right here and I can hit it just fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not thinking about the big dragon thing yet. I think I can take this one down, so I will move up my 1. I
Okay.
will attack once because I can't do the whole shindig yet.
Alrighty. Make your shindig.
Bringing out the claymore. And I rolled an 8 plus 7, making it 15. I probably whipped
15
it.
doesn't hit,
No.
unfortunately.
I bet it has an AC of like 25 or something. So
It does not.
I don't-
Calm down.
I am calm. It's just this is not gonna turn out well. That's what I'm worried about.
Smart enough to use. God reminds you, smart enough to use second wind and charge in.
That is true. That is true. Do I want to go ahead and take another whiff at it?
You also have hero points. Don't forget.
Yeah, you can spend
Don't
those to
remember to
roll a
forget.
d20.
Don't remember to forget.
It's like all the stuff you say. Don't forget. Like this is still all new stuff to me. I have
know.
no idea what
Yeah,
all these hero points and
hero
everything
points are nice though.
You can use a hero point to do a d6 to add a d6 to your attack.
Oh.
to reroll or add d6. But I'm not going to be able to do that. Is second wind considered a swift?
Yes, second wind I believe is a swift action.
All right, and that just basically gives me another action. I'll go ahead and use my 1. I want to see if I can at least hit this guy. So.
It says hero point to reroll add a d6. He's stubborn, guys. He's stubborn.
I'm sorry. It's also not a matter of stubborn, but I'm also dumb. So let's use the swift action for a action surge and try and do it again. Oh, that's actually a natural 20.
Natural 20. Beep, 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 beep.
Sick. I need to get up my attack list because I rarely do anything.
No.
2d10 plus 4 plus 1 because of the deal.
Second wind returns health.
Oh, shoot. So never mind. That's not what happens. So fantastic.
Do you wanna spend a hero point to reroll? You have 3 hero points, Jordan.
Big PB point.
I've already burnt everything. Like I don't want to do a whole fucking
Well, so
rewind.
well, okay, sure. But like, it's worth noting that if you do use a hero point, it is 1 per round, so it's useful to be using them. Like,
and also you can spend the hero point to keep that nat 20 if you want to.
All right, if you're allowing it, I'll go ahead and I'll use one of the
Okay,
hero points.
go ahead and roll. All right, now go ahead and roll your damage.
That was a 4 and a 2 that I rolled on the d10, so it's
So 6 plus 5, so 11 doubled.
11, 22.
22 points
22.
of damage.
And I don't.
Dial damage.
I'm gonna need to look up what second wind does, but while I do that, that'll have to be the end of my turn.
All right, Scobie. Scobie Dobie Do.
so much concern.
Reduce 50% or less, so I don't think I can use that yet. I have my hit points of 51. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, okay, so I'm going to try the same thing again. I'm going to try to use suffocation on the big one.
Okay.
And then I will probably end up running away very fast. So that is my
All
current
right.
rolls. So spellcraft check. Okay. 12 on the die. 24. I'm hoping 24 is above the. One moment, I need to get to page 34, I believe, which is where the spell is. But yeah, so and I have already used mana, so I cannot make it a lingering thing.
Mhm.
I don't have an ether to take, or not the ether, but I don't have the. Okay. Anyway, so DC 20, 46 of dark. Sorry, yeah, 46 dark damage. So assuming it does exceed the 42 defense, then I can do the dark damage.
Undo your dark damage.
And if my spellcraft check, if the 24 is over its damage threshold, it can only take a single swift action on its next turn. Okay, that's 13 dark
That's
damage.
only if it's over, right?
If it exceeds.
Okay. Okay.
So
Continue.
13. And let's see. And I can't spend. Okay, I don't have a mana point to spend to maintain the spell each round, but I can at least do that. So I'm throwing up my hands, doing that, and then I'm going to use my movement to back away.
What was the damage? You didn't tell me the damage.
Oh, sorry, 13 damage.
13 damage. Okay.
And then, if a spell is a swift action, now I'm not going to worry about it right now.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm going to move away, and that's what I'm going to
Okay.
do. That's
Falcon. Where were you? You were here, right?
Yes.
I believe it has reach on you.
Oh, it may very well.
As it's
I'm
flying?
still moving back.
Oh no, yeah, sure, it's flying. Falcon, you're up.
I forget. How does second wind work? I cannot find it.
Redrive restores 1/4 of your health or your vitality score, whichever's higher.
But your health has to be reduced to 50% or less in order to activate it.
I am at 50% or less.
Good.
So 1/4 of 39.
Or your vitality score, whichever's higher.
I don't know which is higher. My vitality score is 12. So I'm gonna guess that's higher.
Probably higher, yes.
Alright. And how does that work mechanically? Is it
So you regain
Okay.
hit points equal to that, and
Alright,
then you get some, and then you still have an action. You still have a standard action.
okay? Can I move at all?
No.
Yeah.
Yes, you can move.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna go for the jugular. Just punch it right in the throat.
Okay, go ahead and make an attack
2
roll.
times. Okay, that is a 20, not natural.
That hits.
It's a 3.
Oh, did he?
Oh, that's right.
What?
Attack of opportunity. Wait, hang on. Bears, attack of opportunity from what?
I believe when he approached our Drake to the left before moving up. I think that might be what he's talking about.
Oh, okay.
And I'm not sure whether or not that.
Oh wait, does he get an attack of opportunity for moving in his range?
Hmm.
That's a good question. Because I remember that was a
I
mechanic.
sure hope not.
Shit.
Moving through a threatened square provokes attacks of opportunity. Oh, interesting.
Yeah,
Okay, so
so-
it's gonna take an attack on you.
Okay.
Uh,
I'll
bite attack.
take it.
28.
Yeah. Ooh.
You
Yeah.
take 10 points of piercing damage.
All
Alright.
right.
Do I still get to make my punch?
Yes, you still get to make your attacks.
That's good to know. It's not like D&D where you can
That-
dance around characters.
Cocked it.
Cocked
just
it.
kidding. These dice seem to get caught on the keys. Like,
What you're
All the time.
saying is
Maybe you should get a dice box.
maybe you should.
system is cheap.
You're right. Yes. That
Like
is
mine.
a 9. 9 points of damage.
9 points of damage. Alrighty.
Where'd it go? I dropped my cigarette. Okay, there it is.
Okay.
Not the vape.
Bingo Junkles.
It's a prop, okay, Jordan?
What? Hold.
If you
fuck,
move
take-
around the threatened
Move.
squares, it won't provoke the attack.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2 shots.
Yeah, so.
Yay!
Oh, so I wouldn't have gotten an attack.
I think you still got the attack because you entered into the square. It
We're
was
not,
just-
okay, whatever. We're not retconning it. We're just
Right.
going.
21 and a 9.
We'll do it live.
21 hits.
Okay. 12 points of dabblage.
Oh, points of dabblage.
And I will give my AC reflex bonus to whichever one of you two is more hurt. I think Falcon.
This thing is pretty freaking hurt at this point.
I'd hope so.
Alright, so let's see. So now the Wyvern's turn. However, you did Gob, if it matches, does that count as exceeding his fortitude with the check? I made these guys a little stronger because I needed to not throw the original encounter at them.
Match or
Match or beat. Okay. So this guy can only take a swift action on this turn.
yes.
Uh-huh.
That's the slow exhale of, oh, good, good, good.
Incredible.
All right. So with a swift action, I'm gonna scroll back real quick.
Speaking on Goblin, I know this was like 2 hours ago. I was waiting until there was like a break, but also thank you for following us. I apologize for having that very late.
So he can't. I think he can move as if he could reduces his action. So he's just gonna move up to Sirik, and that's it. That's all he can do.
God, no.
It is actually no. This thing's smart enough to know that you're the one suffocating it.
Oh, that's totally fair. I was not being subtle about this. There's
Yeah.
definitely a level of like, making myself bigger compared to my normal size and throwing it out there.
Alrighty.
Oh, shoot. Our alarm went off, and Bears in Space, thank you for following us.
Thank you for
some
following.
reason, it did not want to pop up, or I wasn't paying attention.
All right. So the Drake is going to choose its target. It is choosing Seir.
Oh, sick.
Yay, not me.
Three attacks against you, Seir.
Come on, baby.
So one is a natural 20.
Damn it!
Another one is a 25.
Yep.
And the last one is a 15.
15 will miss.
Hey, man, you asked me to bring it. I'm bringing it.
I didn't say nothing about bringing it.
Fire up that pain train.
So from the bite attack, you suffer 24 points of piercing damage.
So, very quickly, that's 24 minus 2. So that's 22.
22.
It just
22.
It just barely misses the damage threshold.
And then here comes the claw for 9 points of damage.
Yup.
Are you still up?
I have 4 HP.
Okay. Okay.
Oh no! Dude, this is why you don't tempt fate, Jordan.
I didn't say Jack. Hush you.
Seir, you're up. You've just been this thing has just jumped up, got you right in the throat, and taken a good chunk out of it before the claw came down right across your chest.
Alright, so now that I'm at 50% or less, I can do second wind. I will go ahead and gladly take 14 HP back. Thank you. However, this means I can't go full ham if I wanted to, but even then I can't trust myself to actually hit anything. So, let's go for a single strike with the claymore.
Alright. Single strike.
How you ass. I'm gonna burn one more hero point.
Okay, you're gonna reroll or add a d6?
I'm wasting all these hero points. I have to reroll.
Jordan, you get 3 per level. You're okay.
Well, it's like I'm not gonna get them back unless I do stuff. So I gotta.
I'm glad you enjoy the music choice, Gob.
Anyway, I am re-rolling because I'm sure a 6 + 7 is not worth nothing.
It's 13. No,
And
as
a-
you go to strike.
And a 5 will also not hit with a +7. Why do you hate me, dice? What is happening?
So as you go to swing, you feel a pulse in your neck. You kind of have to reach up and grab as your claymore just drops to your side. Unfortunately, the attack misses. Scobie.
Yeah, that was gonna be the end of my turn.
I am very much. Let's see. I'm very much drawing a stiletto. That's that's going to be part of my move action. So I'm
Yeah,
gonna
you
bring that.
flip out your stiletto.
I feel reasonably confident that applying poison is a thing that I should do not in combat. So I'm going to not do that.
Okay.
However, I'm going to try to attack it.
Make an attack roll.
Curious. Oh yeah, I am not spec for combat in this way. I'm going to use a hero point to make that not a 4 on the die.
All right.
That is a 19 on the die, which I will take.
Uh-huh.
Stilettos are deadly. It's a crit on a 19 and a 20, isn't it?
Heck yeah, it is.
I'll take that. I'm hoping that means I tend to hit because it was a 19.
I would say yes, because it's a critical, because you have a higher crit range you hit.
Because otherwise it's a 21 total.
That
And,
hits. But that hits still.
Oh, good, yes. I rolled my stats and then I put them not where you would think for this build. So anyway, all right, let's get some D4s onto the table. And okay, so all right, so
roll your damage and then double it.
cool. So that's 12 damage.
12 points of damage.
I'll take it.
So as this thing flies up over you and Lena lands intimidated, you still see that dark ring around its neck, but it looks at you menacingly. You pull out the stiletto, and as it tries to go in just to headbutt you, you get the stiletto right into its cheek. Kind of go through. You see it real back there.
This is how I die, but it dies well, so I'll do it.
Falcon, you're up.
You know what? No more fucking around. Pull out my falchion.
All right.
Yeah.
To attack.
Falcon's falchion.
All right.
Spend a hero point to make that not a natural one.
Okay.
Okay, that's 17.
A 17, I believe, just hits.
All right. And a. Oh, that went wild. Oh, 19.
19 will hit.
All right. Let me get another D8.
And this is with your negatives, yes?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm just adding a plus. So that is 9, 12, no, 13
Okay.
damage and 9, 13 damage again.
13 damage. So as you kind of come around with the falchion, as you draw it from your side, you watch as this thing turns to you and goes for a leap. You take one of your hands, kind of put it underneath its neck and cut straight across its chest. As it staggers for a moment, it comes back. You pull the blade again, and with a second cut, you completely decapitate the Drake.
Hell yeah. I like to punch, but it is not viable yet.
Oh yeah, they're making good use of these hero points.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
This is-
Dingus.
It's me.
Wingdings.
I will walk up to Seir
Yep.
and climb up him
What?
and administer a high potion into his mouth.
Oh,
So 2 times your vitality.
I thought we were doing Operation Mecha Shiva.
Oh, and then also give him the dodge bonus. Get in there, big man. You can do it.
Alrighty.
So high potion is times 2 the vitality? Is that right?
2 times your vitality. Yeah.
So that'll be
Scobie.
28 more hit points to me.
Scobie, take an attack of opportunity as it rearranges itself.
I will gratefully do that.
That's awesome.
Okay, so I don't think I can use hero points on attacks.
Any roll.
Well, so it's one per round though. So
Oh, yes.
I think not. So yeah, 12 does not.
12. So as it gets into position, it once again takes a deep inhale and unleashes a blast of cold energy forward.
Please roll again.
Seems fair enough.
27.
No!
Ooh, did it,
Okay.
yeah.
Yep.
That's it.
10, 21, 24 points of cold damage to everybody.
Bye-bye.
Alright.
1.4.
Are you wait, did that exceed your threshold?
I exceeded my threshold and my current hit points.
If you spend a hero point, you will just go to unconscious.
Oh, wait a minute. No, I'm an orc.
That's right! You're an orc!
Do I also take damage?
Yeah, you would take. 22
Yes, you
points
take
of
damage. 24 points of damage.
24.
Oh no!
I take
So,
22, and I
I
also
have-
just barely missed the damage threshold again.
I have one
Okay.
turn of being able to be up before I
so-
collapse.
All right. So,
Alright, so
I-
Scobie.
Down that condition
Um,
track.
I am very much very much using the hero point to be unconscious instead of dead.
Not dead.
I like to be in the.
Did I exceed anybody else's damage thresholds with that 24?
Yeah, me.
you
I'm down.
did
I'm
exceed
down
mine.
1.
All right, so you go 1 point down the condition track.
Well, I mean, I'm also unconscious, admittedly. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So you still technically have to spend the hero point not to die
Okay.
Yes.
once
yeah,
you
I'll
fall.
spend it. I've got one more left then.
All right, the Drake has been slain. Cyric.
Well, this is unfortunate because we have small goblin individual and the other individual is still standing, but he's on the door.
Yeah, as you look at Falcon, you see Falcon like has taken the brunt of it. He's in that state where like his eyes are just fixed forward and almost glazed over. The only thing keeping him going right now is sheer willpower. This is like Rock Lee at the end of the fight with Gara.
Yeah. What a reference. Could I move standard action and then still move after? Or is that...
No, you have to move. You get a move action.
Yeah, I was afraid of that. All right.
Falcon can take a potion to stay up on his
Yeah.
turn if he wants to.
That was what I was.
Definitely.
That's what I was contemplating because I still have 3 health potions on me. But if Falcon has it, maybe I don't need it. No, if Falcon has it.
And you can reduce your standard action to a move if you want to.
If Falcon has it, I'm gonna go ahead and go 2, 3, 4,
Uh-huh.
and standard action Scabi. I will go ahead and use a health potion on you. Gain whatever your vitality is back for you.
Much
Scabby.
appreciated. Okay.
You are still, I guess, -10 in regards to your conditions, but you're not dying, or you're not going to get
Oh, yeah.
hit by this thing again. So it's something.
Yep.
Can I do anything else? Swift action wise, probably not. I'm gonna have to say that's my turn.
Okay, Scobby.
All right. So I'm.
You regain hit points equal to your vitality score.
Yep. So that seems reasonable. Okay. So 15 health is good. I feel like hitting these folks is not going to work super well.
How about that -10 as well?
Nope.
Yeah, because you're at a -10 right now.
Yeah. Okay, I can get closer to some folks. And Falcon is up, just low, 1 health.
Falcon is. You look at Falcon, and he is like his eyes are glazed at this point.
I'm about to
he's-
keel over. At
He's
the end of this
staggering.
turn. At the end of this round, I'm gonna.
All
Bear in
then.
mind
Goblins
that
get more.
goblins get more. Read their racial trait. Read your racial trait, Chris.
What do I get?
Or
Read your
or hit
racial
points,
trait.
I
Oh,
guess.
more HP.
Okay.
I thought I got. What the fuck?
I'm trying to figure out like moving away from this does tend to provoke an
It
attack.
will provoke
opportunity.
attack of opportunity. And remember, your defenses are at a -10.
Ah, yes, there is that. So, in that case, taking out a health potion myself and taking it might not be terrible. This is very much a
Oh, you
holding-
are also prone, and you could heal with second wind too.
Oh, I'd get healing for second when I get more HP though.
Okay.
right. Okay, so
Hey, if he gets up in the wyvern's range, does that provoke attack of opportunity?
From prone to standing?
Yeah.
I don't recall that being the case, but I'm gonna.
I don't think so either, but you are prone. You should get up.
According to Bears of Space, yes.
Oh, yes, it does.
This is fair. A morsel is moving. Get it. Okay then. So I think
Just stay laying and just
using
drink your potion like a
Play
bottle.
dead. Play dead.
yeah, that seems reasonable. Yeah, moving, using my swift action to catch a second wind, and
Okay.
then yeah. So I'm gonna recover my vitality score. That's another 15, so that's good.
Uh-huh.
And then I can take I think like movement and standard to basically retrieve a stored
Yeah, retrieve a stored potion and drink it.
Retrieve. Oh, I see. No. Well, okay. So
Unless you would like to try to get away from this wyvern.
retrieving a stored item is a
Standard.
that is 2 move actions. So it's worth noting that I would not be able to do that immediately. That said, my weapon is technically still out. If I'm prone and I am attacking a thing, no, I'm still getting.
See the
-10.
rules for that.
Well, sorry, I keep forgetting that I'm at -10.
Yes,
it's
you are at
negative-
a negative. You are at a -10 to your attacks.
Yeah, it is the -10 that is what hurts. So I'm going to second win for 15, and then I'm going to I think play dead to the extent that this is an option.
If you are trained in acrobatics, a DC 15 check will allow you to move from prone to standing as a swift action.
This is true. I am not trained in acrobatics, so
Unfortunate.
I'm going to play dead, and the human person is going to look up some more options for what I can do later. So
Okay.
I'll just take
So you're gonna play dead?
Yep. And then
All right,
it's someone
Falcon.
else's turn.
Alright. So, I'm good. I'm still standing, right?
You're still standing.
Alright. Let's get out of line here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Chug a high potion.
Okay, so
That is-
2 times your vitality.
Alright. 24. And I believe that is all I can do at the moment.
All right, so as you kind of shake your head, you feel the clarity come back to your mind. Because you're still standing, Dingo.
Everybody spread out!
Second wind after I move here, assuming I can do that.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's your movement, and your swift action is going to be to
Yes.
second wind.
Yes.
And then I will take one fat shot at this boy.
Alrighty.
Does a 22 hit?
22 will hit.
Cool. And of course, one of those is a really low dice number. 13 damage.
13 points of damage. Okay.
I can live with that.
It's looking hurt.
That's good.
Wyvern's turn.
Yep.
Now, does it go for the easy morsel or the armored morsel? These are the questions. It'll go ahead and make some claw attacks. Yeah. Let's see who it's going for. Easy morsel or armored morsel? Go for the threat.
Yes.
Sure, we'll go for the sure, man. We'll go for the threat. The ear.
Oh, great. I thought, how am I a threat? What?
24 and 22.
Both will hit.
First attack does 15 points of slashing damage.
15 minus 2, making that 13.
Second attack does 11 points of slashing damage.
11 minus 2, which is 9. It needed to hit 11 exactly
And
in order
then-
to get me.
And then finally, once per turn, whenever the I don't think it can make a free, so it does not get that. Okay, so it just gets the 2 claws.
Oh,
By the way, Sarek, the 11 was halved, was with the reduction. I rolled a 13 minus 2.
oh. Well then, I'm down.
Okay, so Sarek is unconscious.
So I didn't know you were counting the reduction into your numbers. I'm sorry.
So Sarek is unconscious. Scobie.
So the enemy has it. So it currently in the air, or just like.
Oh no, it's on the ground. It's on the ground.
Crouched nearby.
Yeah, it's like in that same pose, that sort of hunting pose.
Okay.
Oh, I need to see how many rounds before it recovers it again. Okay.
I'm going to
It's all up to. It's basically up to Falcon and Dingo at this point.
Yeah. Yeah. It's very much a thing. I'm going to continue to play dead, more or less.
Okay.
Sirik is very badly off next to me. Yes.
Yeah, Sirik is unconscious.
Down.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to.
Oh shit! I'm still in RP mode.
Oh no.
Don't worry. I've
Oh
been in
whatever.
battle
Well,
mode
that
the
just
whole
means we'll
time.
use the Twitch stream for the archive.
Okay. Okay. So. I don't think fighting defensively is really a thing I can do plausibly while prone. The temptation is there, but I think I'm just going to continue to pretend to be dead, with an idea to revive
You could
very
do,
soon after this thing is out of my area, like as soon as it leaves, basically. So I'm not holding an action or anything. I'm just sort of planning for future. So
Well, what-
Falcon?
Okay, so
As part of your
I will
swift
say-
action, you can take 3 swift actions. So what you can do is you can take your action and move that down to your swift, if I know that right. And you take your movement down to swift, and then do your regular swift.
and you can recover
And you
on
can
your
move
condition
up on your-
track.
yes. So instead of -10, you'll be up to -5 at that point.
I thought second one was a thing you could do once.
No.
per-
This is for recovery.
No. This is
for-
recovery
recovery
action.
recovery action. Okay, now I understand what you mean. I see, because it takes 3 to activate it. So standard down to swift, movement down to swift. Swift is regular, and then start to recovery. I will
Yes.
do that then, if I may.
All right, so you recover one on your condition track.
All right, indicating where I am now. That's much better. I'm going to
All right, Falcon.
I don't want to get too close until I know I can get to it. 1, 2, 3. No, wait. Where was
If you
I?
go diagonal, if you go 2,
1,
3,
2. Yeah.
yeah, 3.
4, 5, 6. So I'm out of its reach, I believe.
I believe so. Yes.
Alright. And that'll be it.
Okay, Dingo.
I will give my dodge bonus to Scabby. And I will do what Dingo does best. Now, can I spend more than 1 hero point in a round?
Let me check hero points real quick. I believe it's only 1 per round, but I might be wrong.
Either way, I'm firing twice. And one of them is a nat 20.
We
All
need
right.
it.
Oh.
Go ahead and roll damage.
much appreciated.
So a nat 20, and then I guess I'll spend a hero point to add a d6 to the second one, which I don't think will do anything because...
Oh, you can use once per turn, once per round.
Okay. But the second one will be a 12 plus 17.
That misses, but you do crit.
Okay.
Go ahead and roll your
I'm
damage.
perfectly all right with that. 30 damage.
30 points of damage. Woof. It is looking incredibly hurt at this point, and it does take a penalty on the
Hell
condition
yeah.
track.
All right. That's something. That's
All
something.
right. Wyvern is going to unfortunately go for you, Scobie.
That seems like a perfectly reasonable thing to do. I'm right here. I'm highly edible, and I'm.
That's going to be a 23
Oh yeah, that definitely goes past
and
my.
a 20 and a 25.
I mean, yes, those both definitely hit.
Dodge bonus can't be granted. You choose an enemy to get the bonus from. So it is not something that can be handed out. Good to know.
Okay.
So, bada boop. 13 points of damage for the first claw.
Sounds good.
I rolled max. 16 points of damage on the second claw.
Hey, I'll take it. Let's see.
Are you unconscious?
I'm doing quick recalculations due to my fort defense is the thing that affects damage threshold,
Correct.
and that's currently lower due to being
-5, yes.
being
-5 to your
-5.
defenses.
Okay, yeah. So
This fight is a nail biter. I know.
yeah, okay. So I am actually
You're gonna die.
surpassed. I am surpassed in the damage threshold by the 16.
Oh.
It
So-
meets it for the 13.
Oh, okay. So the first one hits, you go to a -10 on your threshold,
Mm-hmm.
and as the second claw comes down and rakes you, and rakes you and hits your threshold again, that throws you
I
to
am
unconsciousness. However, because I
still have
see
one hit
this-
point.
Oh, you still have 1 hit point. Okay.
Yeah.
Because I was gonna
Importantly-
say, if I dropped you to 0 with that strike and exceeded your threshold, you are dead.
It's true. I am, however, at 1 hit point and merely highly unconscious.
Okay. I don't know if
Okay.
you still need to spend a hero point to heal to keep yourself awake, but I don't think so.
I'm pretty content to be where I am.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's not attacking you
Uh,
guys, and you guys can attack it.
Cyric's unconscious. Scoby's unconscious. Falcon, you can charge it to get a +2
Yes.
to the attack.
Falcon,
That's
do
the
work.
plan. Gonna raise it, and I'm gonna charge it right in its, like, fucking, right in its chest.
All right.
I thought,
So
I
you'll
thought,
run
I
in.
thought Scobie had 1 HP.
She's
Yeah.
unconscious through damage track.
Okay.
I exceeded her threshold enough to knock her unconscious again.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
It works out well.
Spend my last hero point on that.
I see.
Okay. That is a... Oh, wait a minute. I only made 1 attack. There's a...
Yeah, I think you only get the 1 attack with the charge.
A 24?
24, go ahead and roll damage.
Alright. I'm out of hero points. Where's my other... Oh, there it is. I rolled 2 8s on that.
2 8s, nice.
So that is 20 damage.
2 points of damage. How do you want to do this?
Yay!
I'm going to pierce it right in the chest, and I'm going to drag my blade up and kind of like cut its head, like cut its neck in half, flap the head over.
So you go ahead and as you run in, this thing just finishes clawing down Scoby. As it turns on axis, now intending to go for you on its next round. As it turns, you run up as one of its big claws comes up to try to rake you down. You take one of your arms, and as you catch it in the air, the claws dig a bit into your arm. Blood starts to run down from it, but you shove it off, bringing the falchion up straight into its chest. You take a second as it reels back. You get a bit of it, you go down for a moment, and you get a giant leap up as you drag the falchion up its neck. You watch as its flesh begins bisecting until eventually you manage to get all the way up to underneath its jaw before the blade shing comes out. You land, and as you look back, the head just flops into the ground.
Ooh. We did.
Right.
You guys did it.
Now we only have the army to deal with.
Basically.
Yes.
Suddenly
As
there's
the-
undead horde everywhere.
I'll keep this going for a second.
Dingo administers high potions.
Do victory music. So as the fight comes to a close, you watch around as there are many who have been slain in the wake of this marauder attack. However, you also notice a number of bodies from the marauders themselves that lay scattered. They appear to be in full retreat. You all hear
Yay!
you hear for a moment
If it is the one person with short hair, the one elven guy with short hair and a book, I will be disappointed in him.
I'm gonna kick his ass.
you see the elven individual Ganzer come around.
You had a book. I thought you were a protagonist, my character. No, sorry.
Well, congratulations. The day is yours, it would seem. However, I will remember all of your faces, and you may consider yourselves enemies of the collective. But congratulations, heroes. Enjoy your ceremony. As he holds his hands out and he looks around, you can see that everything has been toppled over and destroyed. You hear him start laughing as he blinks out of existence.
Woo!
And that is the end of the one shot.
Oh,
Yay!
the cliffhanger!
Right.
I want my goddamn sausages back.
I mean, I would say they're still there, except let's be real. It took us
No,
3
they
hours
got
to get
eaten.
back. They got eaten long ago. You will find remnants.
Something's hungry.
Guys,
Woo!
I don't
Yes.
think that guy with the book was a really good guy anymore.
Oh.
So
Oh,
thank
no.
you everyone for watching our last arc Tactics Analog one shot. I hope you guys enjoyed watching. If you'd like to continue on following us on our adventures, we run a D&D show every Saturday morning. So please, if you want to, come follow us. Come check us out on YouTube at Fall As They May if you want to catch up on all of our previous episodes. Thank you to the creators of Last Ark for creating this game. I had a lot of fun.
Oh
It's
yeah.
a really neat system.
Yeah.
It's
Like,
different,
I will-
and I really
I am-
enjoy it.
I definitely want to revisit this again, as you guys have made enemies of the group known as the Severed Collective.
Uh-huh.
And perhaps we can in the future run another one shot of this.
I
For
would
you
not mind
guys.
that, and that would require me to do a little bit more informal knowledge for this as well. Yeah.
But yes, again, thank you everybody so much for coming along and watching. And hopefully some of you guys will stick around on this journey and come check us out on Saturday nights for our usual campaign. Thank you to Sue Shep for being our guest for
Thank you,
today's
everyone,
one
for having
shot.
me.
And we will see you all next Saturday.
Join our Discord if you wish.
Yes, we do
Follow
have
our
a
Twitter
Discord.
at Fall As They May. Yeah.
Yeah,
You can forward all your hate comments to me. I handle those.
However you want to
but-
go ahead and see us, if you want to see us, we are expecting of you. And as always, good night, everybody.
Good
Good night, everyone.
Good mid-afternoon.